Hello, everyone.
Hey.
We are back. I am back. Kate is back, and Brian is not. So Andrew is back.
Yay!
It currently
Brian
says
is on holiday.
Brian. It currently says Brian underneath Florian, where Andrew is.
That's because Andrew is Brian.
I'm actually not here to play Florian. I'm here to play what I'm playing. I'm doing a double meta universe here.
But yes, so we are back with the Guild of the Feathered Spoon doing Horde of the Dragon Queen. Now, I believe last episode, our group of heroes essentially just slew kobolds for a long time.
Wasn't just kobolds. We slew the purple cloak we
Oh
needed.
yes, you also started by slaying the one character out of all that horde of enemies that you needed to capture.
Yeah, the mission was critical failed in the first minute of play last time, and then the next 3 hours was commiseratory kobold smashing.
Kobold drop kicking.
Yeah.
So yes, shall we go around and introduce ourselves? So let's start. Oh, now that's interesting. Let's start with the people in the wrong boxes and move them to the right boxes as we go. So because you're in the right box, Bear, would you like to go first?
Oh, I'm in the right box. I fit in the box nicely. Okay. I'm Bear. I'm playing Mokan, a half-orc cleric. He is not very bright, but he does like dogs and does like healing people. And he has a chicken on. His pet is a useless chicken that pecks at the back of his neck, but Mokan thinks it's his god. Or maybe just a representative of his god. I haven't decided that yet.
Does the chicken have a name? I can't remember.
The chicken does have a name. It's called Boo.
Boo!
Because
That's right.
at one point it became a giant chicken and then reduced to smaller than it was before. So it's a miniature giant chicken called Boo. And I think that's
Oh, Poseworth loves us all.
Oh,
Love you too, Boseworth.
it.
love you.
Love you too, Brian. Though for today, apparently, I love Andrew. Dariel.
I was about to say, wish you were here, Poseworth, but then I realised if he's here, I'm not. So I don't know how I feel.
Right, you are now actually called Andrew as well. So, would you like to now introduce yourself? Andrew?
Is he frozen?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you
Oh, sorry.
slipped off for a minute then.
Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself, Andrew?
Yeah, so I'm Andrew. You normally see me knocking about the pyramid as Garner. Last Guild of the Feathered Spoon stream, I was the GM and God of the Universe, and I have since had a demotion. And today I am playing Florian.
I'm not sure that's a demotion.
To be fair, playing Florian, trying to step into Brian's shoes for anything, it feels like replacing a nuclear weapon with a butter knife. So
I had to do Florian on, I think, our third stream because of the power cut, because of the ice, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this well enough. So I just stole stuff at every opportunity and was just basically,
I think I'm relying on the combat going on forever, so I don't have to think of any witty repast, because my ability to actually conjugate words is about equal to Garner's. So
You just need to try and kiss everything and you'll be fine.
It's trick it, stab it, kiss it. In
Yeah.
that order.
Yeah. And when it's dead, you steal from it.
And apparently rely on Mokan for plans. Which is a bad idea. Anyway, we should continue our intros.
Right, yes, intros. Who wants to go? No one wants to go. Jess.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jess, and I am playing Dariel, who is a elven monk who has a giant ice frog called Kuldoro, And if anyone has not realised yet, Tariel is in a relationship with Florian. Hence why I was telling Poseworth I loved him. Which actually I mean Florian. Yeah.
Cool. And Kate?
Hi, I'm Kate. I am playing Kitsara. He is a rock named Druid. She serves the goddess of spoons, and she has a trusty steed, which is actually a dog called Spoon Lord, who is awesome.
Spoonlord.
Spoon Lord.
Definitely the first mascot of the group, really.
No, technically, Kuldora was there first.
Yeah.
It's the first pet. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
called him a
that's
group
true.
mascot until Spoonlord.
No, that's true.
Was
That
it
is
the
very
first
true.
mastiff of the group?
Hey!
Oh.
And hello everyone, I'm David. I am GMing and playing Cal, who is the dragon slayer of the group and the most competent wizard amongst them.
Yeah, technically that's all true. Technically.
By the way, if you want to see good fan art of Cal hiding in a tent with a
Not
sign
tent,
saying "Beer,"
portal. Hiding in a portal.
hiding in a portal, you can join the Discord. There's a fan art place there for it now.
Yes, Discord has a fan art channel because there is fan
Yeah.
art. There's fan art of Spoonlord in his
Yeah.
barding.
Barding.
There is fan art of Cal, and I think there's fan art of Florian and Tariel riding the chicken.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's all awesome.
It is all amazingly awesome. So we have fan art.
Yay.
I feel like we've made it now. We have fan art.
But that does not mean we're stopping.
No, it definitely doesn't mean we're stopping.
We got a lot of dragons to kill first.
Yes.
Cool.
And apparently Tariel and Florian have to have a baby.
This is true,
Yes.
And
because
name
otherwise
the baby Anurin.
the whole canon fails.
So otherwise the whole canon between that was introduced in the pyramid now fails. Oh, yes, we do have Quicksilver fan art. I had forgotten Quicksilver. Thank you, Fair Cat, for
Awesome.
reminding us. And hello, everyone in
Do we
chat.
also have kitchen cannon fan art?
Oh,
Yes, we do.
There
We
was an
do,
awesome cat cannon
yes.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was actually quite a lot of fan art in a really short space of time.
That's awesome.
Inspired.
If you make a channel for it, it will come.
It all came before we made the channel. I don't think we've had any news since I made the channel.
I think there's some in progress from what I understand from
okay.
Discord chat.
Awesome.
Ooh.
But I think we can say hello to Poseworth, Castlem, and Claire Cat.
Yeah, the Poseworth went again. He couldn't get it to work.
Oh, no.
It's the problem with nature.
Yeah.
It's not been
No Wi-Fi.
sufficiently controlled to have the correct wavelengths.
Rude.
Rude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool.
should we actually play?
So yes, onto the order of the day, I guess. So as far as I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, currently you're all trying to fight your way out of this pile of kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
It is the kobolds' turn, and
I
they
think we can
are
skip that turn.
about to mob Spoonlords.
Spoonlord is
That little pink square is something, but I can't
It's a
remember what it is.
It's a spiritual
the
fella.
spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
And then the green
And then
one is
the grey-green square is
Moonbeam.
Moon.
Apparently.
Was it
is
Moonbeam?
Kutsara
Apparently.
Moon people.
Sphere,
Yeah.
flaming sphere.
Might be the flaming
Moonbeam
sphere.
or flaming sphere?
I
No,
thought
no,
she
it was
did
Moonbeam. It was Moonbeam.
It was Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
It's a beam of moonlight. Cool. Just to clarify, are all the kobolds going as once? We are running in groups.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, everything's running in groups of what they are.
Cool. Right, now I'm going to actually use the GM version of this rather than the one the stream can see, so I don't keep moving all of their picture around. Apologies. Cool. So, in that
Does the
case,
beam of moonlight help Tariel? Tariel, it's moonlight anyway, I believe. So
But
Tariel.
can you get
definitely
double
double
defeat?
Double
no, I
moonlight.
don't think so.
if you stand in the moonbeam, I will give you double moonlight, but you take damage.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine how good Tario would be on Jupiter, which has 13 moons?
Yeah, I get a plus
The
13 to
stats
damage and
bonus.
attack.
You would be Queen of Jupiter.
Yep.
I think at one point we were discussing if everyone mooned Tariel, would she get bonuses?
No, I think it was just Florian that was suggesting he mooned Tariel.
You are welcome to try that.
I see the gem shaking his head already.
I'll leave Poseworth to try that another time.
Alright, let me just pop out a character sheet I forgot to pop out.
Oh. Just thinking about the minute-long mending that we had to do
On Poseworth's or
on
Florian's trouser.
on Florian's trousers. Because he ended up mooning anyway.
He ended up mooning anyway. He did.
This is true. That's why mending was quite important. We just didn't think through the
Well, to be
consequences of
fair,
mending.
Florian has appeared in the middle of a tent naked because of what he did during that carnival illusion. So we've all seen it all before.
Right.
Or at least Tariel has. Like, Tariel might have been the only one in the tent.
Mokken was in there.
Mokken in the tent as well. Mokken and Tariel have seen it all before.
And I think it's alright to keep it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we really should actually play.
So, this kobold over here
Yep.
is going to smack Mokan.
Oh, no.
What did I do?
Apparently is looking the wrong way, so... no, he's just going to hit you. With his dagger. It's going to knife you in the back. But
Knife
apparently
just-
his dagger's made of wood.
Did he say knife to see you?
Pungent.
I think he should be allowed to say anything if he misses.
Based upon his damage,
Some of the
he
passes
said
only.
knife to see you. Far too friendly a kobold. This kobold hither, the one hiding, is attacking Florian
Mm-hmm.
with a 16.
Aha! I'm going to say that doesn't hit. I haven't checked my character sheet, but I've just decided. Did you say a 16?
I did.
16.
I did.
Oh, well. Yes, that hits.
That hits.
Oh.
I was gonna say.
I forget what it means to not be a barbarian.
Yeah.
AC lower than 18? What is this? Okay, that does... Oh no, that does damage on the dice I've lost.
Oh,
It's alright.
They're gone. Damage gone.
It's one then. It's
Well,
always one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm afraid the way I default that is it goes up a dice. But I have another set. 4 damage.
And thanks to my barbarian armor class, I take only half damage. Oh, no.
Wait.
I'm weak.
I know.
I'm weak.
We computer.
I actually am weak. Medic. Medic.
Well, Morgan's turn is eventually his turn. He might be able to help.
Now,
I think Quicksilver might be able to help.
I'm going to come back to this one and go over here.
I don't know where.
Can't
over
see
he
what
is.
can't see where over here is.
Over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boing. Boing. And this one is going to move forward
Attack Caldoro.
and attack Caldoro
Mm-hmm.
with a nat 20,
Oh.
which does...
Why are you trying to kill the pets?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How many hit points does Caldoro have?
Currently
You can't-
12.
Can't kill him again.
It does 10 damage.
Great. Caldoro only has 2 hit points left.
There's still more kobolds.
Uh-huh.
This kobold
It's gonna attack Tariel.
is going to attack Tario, yes. And I'm going to guess that an 11 does not hit.
No, it does not.
No. And this kobold over here.
It's also going to attack Tariel.
Now that little kobold is going to go wee 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 wee.
All the
Yeah.
way
Oh,
up.
well.
And
Yeah,
run
okay.
away.
This one will also attack Taro. With a 20.
Ugh.
That does hit.
And he slashes at you with 4 damage. Right, that leaves me with 4 kobolds. And I'm going to start with this one over here,
Who's in the moonbeam, which I believe means they take damage.
who is in the moonbeam, so he's going to take damage. Could whoever's got the moonbeam just post it in chat?
Oh, yeah. Ah, where's my sheep?
Cool.
Constitution saving throw or 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save. Half as much on a
Constitution.
successful one.
Oh, they've got
And
great
it's when it starts
constitution.
their turn in where it gets hit, so it
It-
should be before it moves.
It rolled an 18, so it's fine. Takes
it gets
half.
half.
I
It gets
imagine.
half.
Could
so
you? Would you
So
like
it
to
can
roll
still-
the damage?
Slash R 2d10.
So 2 damage.
That's irritating.
That is irritating.
Can't.
I think you rolled it wrong. Could you roll it again?
Can no longer select the token. It's at the bottom. I can't take his health off, I'm afraid. Right, there we go.
It's alright, just remove him from the board.
Oh, that's another question. Are all of these people healthy? Or tracked anywhere?
Oh,
Health-wise?
I think all the ones which were dead I put over on the right, and let me just see if I have a sticky note for. Actually, no. Yeah, no, I should have been tracking them because there's a thing to track them in the.
You're using the green square?
Yeah, I was
green
using the
circle.
green square in roll 20, so they should all be tracked as they are.
Awesome. So this kobold leaps at Spoonlord and doesn't make it. It collapses, burnt by an angry piece of light, and is now very much.
So, like, Spoonlord is going to turn around and moon.
Oh no, not Tariel. Right, because there's too many tokens here.
I'll just be moving them all over to the right
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, I'm moving him away. Cool.
What happened to that one? Sorry, I missed that.
It died from the moonbeam.
Okay.
It
With
tried
two.
to attack Spoonlord, but
Two.
it died.
Yeah. As you must have learned last time, kobolds are very tough.
Okay.
Spoon Goddess will avenge Spoonlord.
So this one is also going to leap forward and attack Spoonlord. And we're not going to talk about that. As far as I can tell, it bit the floor. This one shall do the same. Oh, this time 21.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah.
It does
No, he's
4 damage
indestructible. Okay.
to Spoonlord.
I think he only has 11 hit points.
He does only have 11 hit points.
And
And there's one more kobold
No,
to go.
he should have more than 11 hit points. We established this last
Yeah.
time.
that was
No,
the...
isn't this why we stopped the stream
Yeah,
last
this
time?
is why
Because we
where
put
you
the
ended.
side on the AC.
Yeah. With the AAC has been updated to 15.
It was the
The
hit,
hit
point
points.
should have been rolled and added.
Uh,
That's what I meant by can you update Spoonlord's?
Okay, there was it was 2d8, wasn't it? 3d8 plus.
He should have 4d8 plus 4.
Cool. Could you roll that quickly? Anyhow?
It's no, you have to use the average, which is I think it's 26.
So put 26 in your max
Well,
hit
that's
points.
not been doing his health for.
3 levels.
Ow.
You should also have 2 points of stat point increases, which I think I put in strength. I think I did that.
Yeah.
Should
The strength.
Cold Doro have more health as well then than it has?
Sorry, say that again?
Should Cold Doro have more health than it has as well then? Because
Kulduro has D4s, I think, or D6s rather than D8s.
oh, okay. I
Um,
was going to say it sounded like quite a
he
discrepancy.
has 19 hit points.
Well, that
Oh, okay.
wasn't. Sorry, confused. It's 26, not 11
26
plus
total.
26. 20.
No, 26 in total hit
Yeah.
points.
And it's now 22, so he's taken 4 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. He's tough, really.
Hmm.
I mean, what's Cal got? Cal's got
He
13
is-
hit points at the minute. His max is 16.
Yeah. Cal is weaker than all of the pets that are fighters.
This is why Cal is Spoonlord's pet. Spoonlord will fight to protect him now that he's peed on him and claimed him.
And claimed. Yeah. Right, the last one is going to also stab at Spoonlord. And 15.
Matches.
Yes, matches.
So that does
Arrgh.
4 damage again. Cool. However, it is now Spoonlord's turn.
Remember pack tactics.
Yes, Spoonlord has pack tactics.
And he's currently in a pack, so that should apply.
Pack
Yep.
tactics. That could come out wrong.
So if people in the chat don't know what pack tactics is,
You're gonna put it in the chat?
essentially if exactly.
Advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the guard dog's allies is within 5 foot.
I'm guessing.
I am there.
At least
Florian is
2.
there. Then
Florian
Tariel
is
looks
there.
close enough.
Tutorial.
Tariel and
Great.
Florian.
Okay.
Sorry, I've just seen this.
Washing machines live longer with Cal gone.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Very good.
Inspiration to Claire Cat.
Yeah, I like that one.
Especially with all the
Right.
possible side effects.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure washing machine. I'm pretty much anything mechanical lives longer with Cal gone.
Right. Was it this little bastard that just attacked him?
All of
That
them.
is the last
There's
one
3
that
in
attacked
front
you.
of
That was
but
the last one that caused damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spoodle's gonna try and rip his nads off. If I can find.
You should be able to hit bite in the main section.
No.
let me just check your character sheet.
It's
Yeah,
not working.
I literally clicked on it earlier. Weird.
Maybe I'm. Wait. Yay!
Yeah.
There we go. With advantage.
With
23.
advantage, 23.
Oh, that doesn't hit. It more like shreds.
Eat spot.
Nom, nom, nom.
And the damage should be there as well.
2d4 plus 2, 10.
As I said,
Max.
shreds. Spoonlord just sort of bites him in half.
It's gonna just.
But you hurt me. Nom.
Yes.
And to add insult to injury, can you do a strength check?
No, it's dead.
I know.
It's not knocked over though.
Because there's nothing left of it.
Yep.
Fiddler's gonna shake the corpse around and say, "This is what's gonna happen to the rest of you."
Oh, intimidation.
Right.
I feel like he's the barbarian of the dog world. He's raging right now. The mouth full of kobold nuts.
Right.
Cool.
Hi,
Love you.
Unique. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day.
Ooh. Amazing.
We don't have a Brian, but we have an Andrew. which is
I know I'm subbing for Brian.
Brian is on holiday
In nature.
in nature. Yes, he's somewhere in nature, which means he can't communicate
I-
very well.
Is he doing a nature call?
I have no idea what he's doing. It's not the kind of thing you ask someone. Yeah, anyway, sorry.
We found out Spoonlord is stronger than the cow in
True that.
all ways.
True that.
All. I not all. I am
Another
wonderfully
one.
greater
Another
in
gifted sub
one.
from another unique. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah,
Amazing.
thank you.
Oh
apparently,
wow! Thank you, unique. Another unique. Wow.
Okay, it is Cal's turn. Cal is going to grab this kobold with shocking grasp, which definitely hits.
Yep.
Now I need to actually understand it. 1d8 lightning damage. 4. This kobold is lightly barbecued.
Lightly barbecued.
Not
Yeah.
dead yet?
Oh no, it's dead.
No, it's dead. Okay.
It's lightly barbecued because it was barbecued by lightning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
And the smell of burnt kobold drifts through the air. Nobody is happy about this.
Apart from Spoonlord. Spoonlord's happy.
Spoonlord just licks his lips.
Yep.
Florian.
So Florian's going to rush towards the nearest kobold who is threatening Spoonlord and go, "Hey you! Why don't you pick on someone you're..." And then he's going to pause as he sees Spoonlord literally eviscerate the kobold who was fighting him and go, "Actually, be my guest! Fight him, by all means!" But then he's still going to use his rapier to stab the kobold after realizing that Spoonlord's more than capable of defending himself.
So, are you ignoring this one and attacking this one?
I am attacking the one because I don't think I can get close enough to the other ones without invoking an attack of opportunity on the
Probably
one.
attack
So
that
Rogue-
one. You can probably attack that one.
Rogues can disengage as a bonus action, by
Or
the
you
way.
can also disengage as a bonus action.
I still think I'd have to go through them though. Again, it's really hard to tell with the sizes.
Yeah, so I would say in order to get to this one, so the one in front of Spoonlord, you'd have to disengage from this one. But you could disengage.
But I'd still have
and
to
then-
pass through its thing, so it's disengaging.
I would allow the.
Disengage doesn't give an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'd allow the disengage to allow you to move to there, essentially.
Okay, right. So yeah, so I'm going to move down to here,
Cool.
and I'm going to try and pivot my character. That one's on the Sword of Blades, isn't it? So that one's already on
No,
the
that's a spiritual weapon.
That's
not
just spiritual weapon.
So that's going to do something to it anyway. in a
The
minute.
spiritual weapon can move. The spiritual weapon
Yeah.
doesn't hurt at the beginning of its turn. It's a weapon that is
Yeah.
Okay,
movable
okay,
behind,
right,
so it
yeah.
can move and attack something else. So it does.
Okay, yeah. So I'll try and take the heat off of Spoonlord then and fight the kobold. Where's my character sheet gone? Why does my character sheet keep disappearing? Down, down, down. And we'll use our rapier. Do I get advantage because I'm attacking it from behind while it's attacking Spoonlord, or?
Don't usually.
No. There are quite a lot of ways you can get advantage, but I can't remember what they are.
Hold on. What's
He
going on?
can have.
So I
He can
think
do something.
you might get an advantage if there's an ally nearby.
Yeah.
Right. I'm clicking on rapier, but for some reason I'm not getting an attack in.
Huh.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
17 and 23. So does a 17 hit?
Yes.
And do I get my thingy damage?
You
Yes.
get extra damage because
Spoonlord is also attacking the same
Spoonlord.
enemy.
Yeah.
Right, so is it
Plus an
1d8
extra.
plus 6 plus 2d6?
Exactly.
yep. Slash R.
Slash R.
Thank goodness you said that because I'd already done r/. I've done r/ in the command. Absolutely. Again, I don't know what it is. I still believe vehemently every time I start off that that's what's needed. 25 damage.
Nice.
25 damage.
That thing is sushi. I am making kobold
Surely.
sushi.
That's one
I will
less than
kebab.
your maximum possible.
I need to teach Brian how to
Wow.
roll dice sometime.
Uh-huh.
Considering how he was in the
Like-
pyramid a couple of weeks back, I need to teach him how to roll dice.
You stuck your knives in and went.
Anyway, so that's a D8 plus 6 plus 2d6s.
Yep.
And they were both max.
If you have advantage on the attack roll.
Or if there's an enemy
Or if there's
nearby.
an enemy nearby.
Ally.
Ally
Ally,
nearby.
yeah.
That's what I
No,
meant.
it doesn't say that.
It does, if you read further down.
Okay, yes. Awesome.
You don't need much help here.
That's just
Oh, we've
feels
lost Andrew.
overpowered. Awesome.
Oh no. No. Come back, Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew is back. I hope.
Yeah, I'm here.
Right.
Cool. You disappeared for a second.
It's not any more overpowered than Tariel is. Tariel can dish out the same amount of damage in a single turn.
You guys are just overpowered for all of these kobolds.
Yeah, I think it's less a fact that we are overpowered. It's that these enemies are underpowered to
Yes,
us. They
yeah.
are
Yeah.
at fault.
Yeah, because
If it was a dragon, it would be a totally different story.
Technically, this is
Yeah,
an
we are
adventure that is meant to
overpowered.
start at level 1. And I think by now we'd be at level 2, but we're at level 4, which is quite a big difference. It will, because you don't get much experience from level 1 to level 3. So by the time we actually get to level 4 stuff, we'll probably still only be level 5, and it will start to balance out. It will actually get harder for us. But we're going to have a few easy quests
to begin with.
to
But
begin
now,
with.
though, it's all agreed. It's the kobolds' fault they're so squishy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly.
Cool.
I think that would be Florian done.
Hold on.
Oh,
Do I still
no.
get a move action?
You could move,
You
yeah.
could move. You have moved a bit already. You have
An amount.
moved 20 feet?
If I move into the moonbeam, does that affect me as well?
Yes.
Yep.
Don't move into the moonbeam.
Don't move into the moonbeam.
Yeah.
Florian would
the
run towards it.
Green is the
either.
moonbeam.
So I don't think Florian would engage anything else. Even
But the
to defend.
swords, I can go into the swords because they're controlled, right?
They're literally a
that's not
spiritual
even
weapon, yeah.
sword, it's a flying feather.
Okay. I'm going to move in on this group just to make sure that Spoon Lord is further defended from this cultist.
Florian would probably defend Spoon Lord.
I don't know, he doesn't usually.
Well, he does now.
It's a different Florian.
He
Right.
has been influenced by a different personality.
That's true.
Going on?
Not
Sorry?
quite feeling himself.
What?
Okay, don't worry.
Florian's not quite feeling himself.
What am I doing out of character? Sorry, I didn't pick that up
He
there.
would. I don't think he would have rushed towards the cultist even to defend Spoonlord.
He would
I
have
see.
done it to defend Tariel.
Yeah, not to defend Spoonlord. It's fine.
Good lord.
Sarah.
Good Sarah.
Brian can tell us whether he would have done that in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Is it worth moving the moonbeam up around here somewhere?
I'd move the
Try and-
moonbeam onto these 3.
Yeah. And let me
What
check.
about
Is that
Oh
There's
no,
a
because
sky.
if you leave it there, it stays on the cultist by Spoonlord. So actually, I'd be tempted
That's
to.
true.
But the
That is
most
true.
hurt is Kuldora.
Oh, that's really true. That is really true.
So I'd moved on to the
Move
Guys,
it onto
near
the
Culdora.
cultist.
Moon range? I'm just wondering if
It doesn't have. It's not very easy to move it. It can't move very far. I don't think.
I'm not sure if it can move it. Just
It might not even be able to move at all.
on each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move the beam. Okay.
Okay, we'll use
I
your
don't,
action. I wouldn't move it then because it's still going to
Yeah,
hurt that cultist.
and it's gonna use an action.
But yeah, I'd use your
Um,
action if you've got something else that could hit potentially that cultist. That would be useful.
You don't want me to try and heal Caldoro
Or heal Caldoro.
because I've got cure wounds.
Yeah, you have to come up behind Caldoro and touch
Yeah.
him for that.
Fine. I will risk being hit by a kobold or a cultist.
I mean, that one's a vicious kobold. He's the only one who's actually managed to do anything meaningful.
He attacked Spoon Lord. Well, they collectively
that
attacked.
particular kobold attacked.
This one
Caldoro.
attacked Caldoro.
So you need to roll the
Fine.
healing.
I
believe it's 2d4
yes.
plus.
Do I put that in there?
Is it 2d4 or is it 1d8?
It's 1d8
1d8.
plus your spellcasting ability,
I don't. Oh, click on it.
which should be at the top of your screen of your spell sheet.
So it's asking me to cast at what level?
You casting it at level 1 will be 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Casting it at second level would be 2d8.
But it would use up a second level spell slot.
It would use a second level spell slot rather than a first. Kilduro only has 2 hit points and could gain 17, so you're unlikely to waste any if you did use a second level spell slot. So it might actually be a good idea. To use a second level and roll 2d8 plus whatever your.
Slash
12.
R2. Oh, it did it already.
It's done it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 12. So that was actually a really good idea because that would have been.
That restored all of the hit points you just lost.
Yeah.
Is that your full turn?
That is an action. So
That is an action.
You could take a bonus action.
Can I take a bonus
action? I don't know.
If you
I
have
don't know
any.
what bonus actions you have. If you have any.
I don't think I get any bonus actions.
No.
Cool.
I don't remember you having any.
No.
No.
That's fine.
Some spells are, but
yeah,
you might not have any. And you've used a second level spell, so you would only be able to use a cantrip anyway, I think.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Cool. In that case, it is the cultists. So we're going to
There are
start
3, I believe.
where we left off
Moonbeam.
with this battle.
The one by Caldoro.
Yeah. Who was going to attack Caldoro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a given.
And he rolled a nat 20. Apparently Caldoro is just currently standing there going, "Hit me! Hit me!"
It's with these two.
I think somehow, for some reason, you're at disadvantage. Don't know why.
And I'm going to say that that's a nat 20 again. It wasn't, but I was just hoping for it. No, he's not at disadvantage. So that does 9 damage.
Oh, okay. Caldoro's back down to 5 again.
Just a quick question on this cultist, because I think I remember him from last time. Has he already lost life? Has he?
Yeah.
That cultist, I think, is the only survivor left from the first group who were with
Purple Cloak.
Purple Cloak. So he's probably got a major chip on his shoulder after all he's seen so far. So I can understand him getting a nat 20.
He's angry.
If anyone deserves a nat 20, he does as the sole survivor of that part.
These guys don't have purple cloaks, then they're just.
No, it was only that thing that we killed at the beginning. We shouldn't have done.
He tried to run away. Morgan went swing and killed him.
Two of you went swing at once.
I think Florian attacked and got 2 nat 20s or something, didn't he?
The case of mock and flank.
You both attacked at the same time, but the way you ordered it, you didn't specify, so you rolled in an order that made Florian go first.
Florian go second. Which meant that the bludgeoning damage was done first, which meant that you
bludgeoning
never
damage
did them out. You
lower him enough, and then
Yeah.
So you knocked him out, and then he was stabbed to death.
Yeah, basically.
I think that's called rush of blood.
It's mainly because I type fast.
In
But
any
you
other
didn't even think about it.
circumstance,
Neither
that
of
would
you
have
even
been
tried to keep him
awesome.
alive. You're meant to specify before you roll.
No, we didn't.
Right, anyway.
Right.
Feel free to do the other two cultists.
So yes,
One
this
of which is in a
cultist
moonbeam.
is
Trying to hit
attacking
Tariel.
Daryl. Yeah, they're very simple, these creatures. This dice is just not nice to you today. That was another nat 20.
You
I,
serious?
I think it's. I
Is
think
that
it's
dice
weighted.
weighted?
Weighted dice. Yeah.
Well, I use it on every single stream, and as a character, I never roll nat 20s.
Right.
Has it had
There's 10 damage.
Jeff talking about wanting to
Ouch.
kill us?
So
on the pyramid?
Tariel now only has 6 hit points left as well. So me and
Ouch.
Kulduro are now looking really, really hurt.
I don't know how to feel now because last time around, this was exactly what I wanted. Putting you into this trap and getting all these things surrounding you. This should be my dream come true last week. The character is like, no, you shall pay for your crimes by being one of them.
Yep.
And finally, this cultist, who is got to do a constitution check, which he passes. So he
He's still
takes how much damage?
2d10 halved.
Yeah.
Flash R2d10.
Oh, goody.
5 damage.
So he takes 5 damage. So he leaps forward, stumbles,
Florian is in the way.
and falls over.
Dead?
He is dead.
Yes. Take that! Take that! Spoony Mooney, take that!
Right.
He has been mooned to death.
He has
has
been
been
mooned to death.
By the spoon goddess.
Mokka.
Okay. Seeing that 2 of his allies are hurt,
3
He's
technically
going-
if you count Florian.
he's not as
I'm
hurt as.
I am nowhere near as badly hurt.
He's not counting Florian? There's division in the party.
It's more that Mocken can't count.
Oh, that's more likely.
That's more likely.
Sarah's pointing at Tariel and Kulduro.
You're gonna use healing. Are you gonna use your channel divinity?
I will in a second.
Okay.
But before I do that, I've just realized I can do something better. I'm going to move my feather to try and tickle this kobold.
Are you explicitly trying to tickle it, or are you trying to tickle with malice?
Tickle with malice.
Tickle with malice.
Because I'll let you tickle it.
Tickle with malice with a spiritual feather, which rolled a 19.
That definitely hits.
Did 6 force
and
damage.
6 force damage on that one.
That tickle is so heavy, there is a gelatin kobold. Which one was it? This one.
The
This
one.
The one
by him.
nearest Mokan.
You moved the little purple square.
And that is no longer a kobold. It is what was a kobold.
Yeah.
Jeez, there's a lot
So-
of dead kobolds.
Where is
You didn't give us
the-
XP last time, did you? We decided we were going to add it up at the end of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a stack of kobolds down the side of my screen.
It only added up to something like 120.
Okay, that's
Kind of what I
something
mean by we're not going to level up very fast, so it'll all even out when we've got through some of the adventure.
Cool.
Right. What's Mokka going to do for his action? Because that was
For
his
his
bonus
action,
action.
I can use Channel Divinity. I have not used this more than I had Turn Undead, but now
You're gonna
I
use
can
the-
do Preserve Life.
Oh.
I'll post it in the channel. I open up my prayer book, go. Apparently, this book does something, and in Mia's name apparently, and I can choose any creature within 30, any creatures within 30 feet. Divide how many hit points?
20. 5
Equals
times your
5
cleric
times your
level.
cleric. So I can divide 20 hit points up to half of their life between creatures within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
So I'm going to move to there. So I'm right in the middle of everything.
Tariel could take 7, just so that you know, and Kulduro could take 4.
What's your cleric level? 4.
4. Yeah. So I can give 7 to Tyrell, 4 to Kuldoro. How many is Florian less than half health?
Florian is, I think, on exactly half health. He is on sheet 20 or 41, so he is under. He is
So
under half health.
He's bloodied with a thing.
You're in danger
I
zone.
can give you 1 health.
Well, technically, actually, no, Kulduro can take 1 more if it's going to be over half, because I've just given him 9 of 19. Can he have 10 of 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, that uses up 12, and then
And then 1 more for
1 more
Florian.
for Florian uses up 13.
And anyone else hurt? Cal, you hurt?
Spoonlord's
Cal
hurt,
is
isn't
not explicitly hurt,
But is
although
Spoonlord
he
less
does
than
feel
half, then?
slightly insulted this stream.
Probably not.
Cool.
No, he's not.
So
half.
Spoonlord
that
is not
was
less.
That used up 13.
that used up 13 out of 20. That's fine. I can't use any more.
No, that's still pretty
But-
good going, to be honest, because
yeah.
you've now probably
Yeah.
written that Tariel and Kulduro can take another hit each,
Yeah.
which is more than
Yeah.
enough.
So can I go that distance? Because I went from
You probably moved most of your distance.
I did 20
He came
feet.
from about here, didn't he?
Yeah. Can I go in even further so that I'm in the middle there?
Then you're just going to get in the way of me dropping
I'm
one
not-
kobold into another kobold. So no, please don't do that.
You can go there, but I'm not going to have you hit first because all you've done is sort of stand and chant while the others are in mid-combat. So it's
Oh,
not going
I've
to change
u-
anything.
Except who the kobolds hit
Well, that's
instead of Kuldoro.
what. No,
No, they're going to keep attacking Kulduro.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Okay.
They're not likely to change
Yeah.
to hit you.
No.
You've
in
run
the
up close to
battle.
them and started chanting.
so, so I'll do that and say that.
Well, I
I'm
say
back.
chanting. I think you're looking at your book with a confused expression, going, "I think this works."
Pretty much.
Cool. That was an effective cleric turn.
Yeah, he actually did clericy things.
Caldoro, who would you like to leap on?
I'm trying to decide between the cultist and the kobold. I might leave the kobold for Kutsara. And go for the cultist. It's going to try and bite the cultist. Let's check it. And Kulduro does not have inspiration. 13.
That hits.
Oh, wow. 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage. And the cultist is grappled. Yeah. It only does 3 damage.
3
but
damage.
The cultist is grappled.
Cultist sort of goes, Gah! Just like that.
Okay.
Um,
It has
A giant
disadvantage
rock.
on attack rolls unless it breaks the grapple. And everything attacking it now has advantage.
okay, and he is grappled. Don't know why I'm using that for grappled. Doesn't
There's
really.
a net. There is a net.
There is a net. There we go. That works better. Now he's both of those things.
He is a sad cultist.
That is all that Kulduro can do, but Kulduro's probably just made himself a little bit safer.
Cool. So he is
I've
grappled.
just seen Caslam's note about death, by laughter.
It shall be.
I assume that was the feather attack.
Yeah, probably. Tariel didn't get a turn.
No, Tariel didn't get a turn.
Tariel is not in
Ariel's
the turn
not
order.
actually on the turn order.
I'm
Why
afraid
is Tariel not on
you
the
just
turn
don't
order?
get a turn.
Where did I go?
Oh, your token was deleted at one point and returned at one point. And that
Right.
removes you from.
I haven't had a turn in ages then because I haven't attacked any of these kobolds at all.
Well, we're just coming back to the start.
This is literally the
so-
start of one round.
You know what I mean is, I was pretty sure I didn't get to attack before the last
Yeah.
kobold round either, and I didn't say anything.
Because we were all too tired.
Wow.
Because we were all
Yes.
really tired.
You-
So I think I've missed 2 turns, not just one.
Well, that is a shame.
Yeah.
Would you like to
But-
roll an initiative and I'll put you in the correct order?
Can I have a turn?
Depends on what you roll.
7.
It slots in perfectly.
There we go.
I should be after Caldoro, but before the
Which
the
you are on
kobolds.
a 7, aren't you?
I haven't
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
Cobalt yet. No, I haven't. There we go. Yeah. So Caldoro has finished his turn.
Yep, so
Yeah.
Taro,
So now it's your turn.
it's your turn.
Alright, great.
I missed.
I'm going to pick up this North Kobold, and I'm going to drop kick it, and I'm going to try and hit this Kobold. Can I do
Yes.
that?
Oh,
Yes.
you can. I'm going to give you a higher difficulty check on the kick.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to go through the cultist and Caldera. It's like a rugby try. You got to get it
Okay.
through them.
I don't mind if I hit the cultist instead. Maybe I'll just say I'm going to kick it in that direction.
Uh,
Cultist or
target
kobold.
the kobold.
Okay.
Well, choose your
Target
target, and then
acquired.
we'll see what happens.
Hmm. All right. No, I'll go for the cultist. If the cultist is going to be easier than the kobold.
Or will you hit Caldera if he's grappled?
And I got a natural 20, and then a 10.
Okay, so you definitely. Oh, the 10 doesn't hit. I don't think. No, 10 does not hit.
But the
Well, I don't know.
27 will.
The natural 20
Conclude.
kills the kobold.
Yeah, the nat 20 killed the kobold instantaneously.
But technically, I'm kicking a dead kobold.
Yes.
So actually,
Yeah.
I shouldn't make another attack. I should kick a dead kobold.
Yeah, but you're doing
And
it as
technically
part of
we've
your
done
flurry
it,
of
yeah,
blows.
ten-
So,
yeah.
although it's a dead kobold that you're kicking,
I'm
it's
not doing it as
dying.
part of flurry of blow. It's part of the martial arts thing. I get to make 2 attacks instead of 1.
Okay, yeah, but it's a double hit, right?
It's a double hit. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm afraid
So-
you just kill it.
Okay.
That's a shame. I kind of wanted to see if you could make the drop kick. However, this is very smooshed.
Kicked his face in, literally.
Mm-hmm. Uh, That was my action. Do I have a bonus action?
Do you have any? Is it key points?
I don't have any key points left, but I do still have a few other things I can do. I think they're all reactions, though.
Could you gain a key point because you didn't have a turn last time and then use it for a second action?
No. All right, I think that is all I can do.
Cool. Kobold.
We will defeat these kobolds eventually.
So this one is just going to follow up his stab on the frog, having been irritated that his previous stab was immediately sealed by some random glowy light. But that irritation means that he just misses wildly.
Yay!
With a throw literally 10% of his last one. Cool. Oh, that's not all of them. There's still these ones. This one is attacking.
Technically,
Tariel.
it's in the moonbeam.
Eh,
Just.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. You got to look at the scale here. It moved out the moonbeam last time.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, actually, it moved past the moonbeam. It rolled. I'm almost certain this is not going to hit. 13.
On me.
Ontario.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
And this one is going to continue to attack Spoonlord with a 21
Oh.
and 3 damage. Sort of scratches him. And cow.
Spoonlord.
Spoonlord. Sorry, I've gone forward too many times, twice now. Is there any easy way to go back? Because I'm going to do that again
No.
in about
you,
a minute.
you can drag the character back up, but that's it.
Let's do that. Because I know what I will do. I will immediately hit next again in a minute. Right.
Spoonlord.
Spoonlord's gonna bite him back.
Yep.
Because
You'll scratch me.
Tactics.
you scratch me, I take your nuts. It is the way of the wolf.
17.
Spoon Lord clamps his jaws around the kobold's nuts.
Yeah. And 2d4 plus 2.
Castlin, I would say that escalated quickly. But this is
This is
Spoonlord.
Yeah.
And this is no longer a kobold.
Yeah.
Well, when you when you jump on his nuts, yeah, can't be considered a kobold anymore.
It's an ex-kobold. It has left
I'm
the
trying to get the
mortal coil.
token to.
Yeah, it was also a hard to pick up kobold.
Yep.
It was smooshed so much.
Okay. I'm guessing that's all Spoonlord is doing.
Yes.
Yeah, none of the pets have bonus actions. They can literally just do their bites and that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Cal is 60 feet away-ish. So what can he actually do?
I put in the portal.
They can bite with sass. They can bite with sass.
I can.
They are both actually pretty good at the doing extra stuff because they knock stuff over and they grapple stuff.
Yep.
Cal, still surrounded by the smell of burning kobold, is going to cast Prestidigitation to clear the smell.
What is the side effect?
Oh, he didn't do a side effect on his last.
No, you didn't. Technically, you forgot to.
I forgot. I
Side
forgot
effect, the
about his
shocking grasp.
side effects. So his
For a
hat falls
moment,
off.
Cal was competent.
Yeah, his hat fell off, and it still smells. So because of that, Cal is going to grab his hat and run towards the fight to try and get away from the smell. Right, there we go. That's Cal's turn. He was, as normal, very useful.
Florian.
Florian.
Florian, is this kobold here the one responsible for damaging Tariel last turn? Or was that one being dealt with?
Yes.
This one, yes it is.
I feel like Florian, even though I don't have that much of a grasp of his character, I feel like he will choose to defend Tariel even if he will not choose to defend Spoonlord.
Be careful of the moonbeam.
Don't get too close to the moonbeam.
Yeah, I'm confident that
Do the
size-wise I'm not
moon
in-
dance and get around it.
Yeah, I'm just sort of...
You're allowed in
Do
the
we want-
moonbeam if you moonwalk.
Excuse me, coming through.
Do we want Florian to do the moon dance? I mean, it could be awkward.
Let's not suggest that to Florian.
Yeah, no.
Didn't David just say do the moonwalk?
I said
Do the
both.
moonwalk.
18.
18. That hits. Huzzah.
Nice.
Something or other.
Sabbath.
Stadabbeth.
And am I...
The-
Tariel's in combat with that one, so I do get the bonus again, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's 1d8 plus 6 plus 2d6.
Sasha.
There's only basically you have to critical fail on every single dice to not kill this guy.
No, with the plus 6, surely I
No, the
still...
plus 6.
Oh, plus 6. Oh, it's dead.
19!
They're sort of. You stabbed it so many times, it's like a pincushion.
Does it stab through to hit the cultist behind it?
No, because it doesn't have the reach. It doesn't have the reach.
Right. That is an X kobold.
I think we're getting close to the end of this 4-hour battle.
Katsara.
Kitsara is gonna wail on this kobold with her fighting spoon. Still the battle spoon. Assault!
Spooner.
Booty!
Nice.
Yes, that is a hit.
D4 plus.
A fine hit.
Yes!
5.
It's a very efficient hit.
Stabby Scooby, stabby Scooby. Slash, slash.
I'm going to
Scoopy,
cut your heart out
stabby.
with a spoon.
Spoon! Basically.
Why a spoon, cousin?
Well, that is now a
It
heartless
works.
kobold.
Heartless
Nice.
kobold.
Cool. Cultists.
Yeah.
So,
The top one is grappled
The
and gets
top one,
disadvantage.
it does not get disadvantage, just grappled.
It's restrained and grappled. It gets
Grappled
disadvantage.
does not add disadvantage on a melee attack.
It's restrained then.
Grappled means
says-
its speed becomes 0. Unless it says a disadvantage in
Until this
your
grapple ends, the target is restrained.
restrained.
I was fairly sure they
D&D's
had
different.
Right,
disadvantage.
okay. Restrained was not a term that you had used before. You just told me it was grappled. Restrained
okay.
is different. Restrained means that it has disadvantage. Grappled does not.
Okay. It says when
Um,
is restrained.
Yeah, okay. If it says it is restrained, then yes, you're correct. Good.
Okay.
Okay, so he has disadvantage, but he's still going to attack. Obviously. There's not
Yeah.
much else you can do. I suppose you could try and make a strength check to get out the grapple.
Yes.
Actually, he's going to try and do that. What's your...
11.
Yeah. You got 5. Um, oh, no, sorry, I was reading the wrong sheet. He got 7. So he does not escape the grapple.
Okay.
I'm guessing that was his action.
Yeah.
So he's done. And I'm guessing properly will be done.
Very short.
This one is going to disengage and run away.
Attack of opportunity?
No, he disengaged first.
Yeah, he's going to run this way. Cool. Markan.
How far is that?
Well, ignore what the measurements say. That
Oh.
is 30 feet because that's his distance.
Okay.
So you're about 10 feet behind Carol, at a guess. So 40 feet.
Perfect. So, my spiritual weapon can move 60 feet.
Hey.
Yes, that I will allow.
So Mokan will go, feather catch. Because that's what you tell a feather.
Yeah.
Cool. And
17.
17. The feather
With-
wraps around the cultist and lifts it up.
Does 6 damage.
And
Force damage.
the cultist slips free. It hits the floor with a loud crunch. And if bloodied were a thing,
He's only bloodied. So can I go up to this one now? And go... I have been told that I had a purple cloak. Are you going to surrender? Or do I need to hit you?
I'll surrender. Just get this frog off me.
I don't control the frog. She does. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure the frog is going to continue to eat. Tariel only controls the frog so much. It's already eating.
Tie him up or something if he surrendered.
He's currently in the mouth of Coldoro.
Yeah.
So it's down to Coldoro as to whether he's released or not.
I don't think Kulduro would stop even if Tariel told Kulduro to at this point.
But the cultist at this point has his hands around Coldoro's head trying to prise his mouth apart, which he just failed a strength check on. And he's going, yes, get him off, get him off!
Malkin has no control. But if you surrender, I tell Kuldoro, drop. And that's all he's going to do.
And
Tara's
it's
just gonna
Caldoro's
chuckle.
turn.
Tara is just going to chuckle, and Kulduro is going to fight again. Although, hold on. Technically, no, okay, it is technically. It is technically another bite. If it's a small or smaller creature, Kulduro can attempt to swallow. It's technically another bite.
Yeah, this guy.
With
Yeah.
advantage, 19.
19. You successfully bite,
And that does another 4 damage.
and the cultist expires.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Cultist, I can't control frog.
Yep.
Wow.
Who's the bigger villain here? The frog that killed him, or the Mokan who gave a brief glimmer of hope and reprieve before that? For
that
one instant, he
cultist-
had hope, and
Did
then
that
he was...
cultist run away from me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I should have had an attack of opportunity.
That's
No,
what
he
I
disengaged.
said.
disengaged.
Okay. Did I get the disengage action then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's irritating.
Everyone can
It's just-
disengage,
disengage
but
is a
it's not a
standard
bonus
action.
Of
action.
course,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Then they can't dash.
He didn't. He
Yes,
ran
I
30
did.
feet.
Did he only go 30 feet?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
he was
Is that
40
only
feet
30
away.
feet?
Yeah.
That's why I said
Yeah.
ignore the
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really confused.
It's alright. He's 30 feet away from you.
No, he's
I'm
30
really
feet away from
scared
me.
to mention
Great.
at this point
It's
that
your
we
turn
need-
anyway, so
It is my turn. That means I can
end
pummel
him.
him. I can end him. Yeah. Right. Kulduro is finished, which means it is my turn.
Unless we need it for information.
I don't think they're
If
going to
we
give us
do.
information. I mean, I could pummel him. Do you want me to knock him out?
I mean,
'Cause
he's
we
running
could
away,
find another purple cloak.
so he
I'm-
might be
I'm
Because there's
using,
no
persuaded.
I'm
guarantee
using
that-
my fists. I will knock him out. So that's 24 and 14. No, 25 and 14.
Okay.
Do they both hit?
One of them definitely does. They both hit.
Okay. I'm just trying to knock this guy out. I do 15 damage.
He's more than knocked out.
Very knocked out.
Knocked into the other life.
He's on minus 12.
Wow.
He has 9 hit points.
Oh.
You tried to knock him out.
Technically,
Stand back, I will
first
knock
hit.
him out.
Technically, the first hit knocks him out, and the second hit makes him fail a death saving throw.
Did you roll that damage separately from each other?
I could tell you what was. Yeah, the first damage was 7. The second set of damage was 8. Did I say 15? Yes.
Yeah.
First one was 7. The second one was 8.
So the first one took him down to minus 5. Why did you not just hit him once?
Because I didn't think about it. I'm so used to double hitting. I double hit.
Not how we do things. This game.
Cause
All or
I
nothing.
think I gotta rule
All
that
or
as the
nothing.
damage is one attack.
But technically, it's an
Too-
attack and a bonus attack. It is an action and a bonus action.
It is. Okay, I will let that be a death saving throw lost.
Okay.
He is unconscious. Let's see if you can get something out of this.
I have knocked him unconscious. At which point, I guess we tie him up.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's the
So
last one left.
at
so
this
I'm
point,
assuming
you
we've
are
ended
out of combat.
Hey.
So, Mokan trying to save himself from earlier, he uses spare the dying on this captured one, so he does not die. He becomes stable.
Well done. Right. Yeah. I'd quite like to, once he's stable and tied up, go to this building up here and kind of knock on the door gently and say, "Is everyone all right in there? We've killed everything out here. You're safe now."
And we mean everything.
And we mean everything. We killed like 20 kobolds, about 10 cultists, and this dude in a purple cloak.
Did you get the
If
ones
there are
around the back?
children in there, you might not wish to come out. The
Yeah.
scene is quite grisly. All children should remain inside.
Yeah,
Sorry, what
there's
did
a
they
lot
shout
of
back?
bodies.
Did you get the ones at the back?
The
They
ones at
were
the back.
everywhere.
There were ones at the back.
Wait, what?
What?
The ones at the back, the ones at the back ended up in the forest, and they were the ones doing the pincer move.
Oh, okay. That
Mocha
would
will
be a
come
yes.
over here.
We will
and
then
so,
check round the back of the building.
There
Yes?
Check round the building.
there
Here
is
we go.
nothing around the back.
Round the building, dude. No. And then I would be like, yes, we've got everything. You're all safe now.
Thank you.
Would you like
David,
to open the door? Because we quite like to rest.
Oh yeah, sorry, I will move the
Yes,
stream.
please.
could you show the columns of dead things that we killed on stream?
6, 7,
There's only a few.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Exactly 20 kobolds. That was a pretty good guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cultists and a purple cloak guy.
Hey.
Yeah, that is a lot. And we'll
Wow.
probably get like 2
Hopefully they
experience
don't
each.
become zombie.
Right,
Yeah.
should we calculate your hit XP now before we
Yes.
carry on?
Should we
20
make that a break
kobolds.
then? Should we make that a break while you do that as well?
Yeah, let's have a break.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Technically, it's 9 cultists because one's knocked out. Just
Oh,
not
that's
in
true.
column.
That
Okay.
is true.
Oh, he's
Still
defeated,
defeated though.
He is
Yeah.
defeated, so yes, it
Yeah.
is 9 rather than 8.
Oh, I see. Right. Yes.
I
Yeah.
didn't count him because he wasn't in the column.
I didn't actually listen to the numbers you gave.
Yeah.
20 kobolds, 9 cultists, and a purple cloak guy.
Okay. 20 kobolds, 9 cultists. So that's 29.
Are they worth the same then?
And 1 purple cloak guy. Purple cloak guy. What was he?
I don't know.
He's one of these cool dudes. D. Oh wow,
Have you?
he's significantly worse. That doesn't add up. I've done my maths wrong.
29 times.
25. They're basically not enemies. Yeah, so you got 925
Between us.
between you for wading through that mass of kobolds.
Yeah.
What's a group of kobolds called, do you think? A growl?
A coball of kobolds.
A kobold. A kobold. Oh, a
That was the
kobold.
game, coball. Anyway, so 925 between
4.
5 of us, because Cal,
5.
to count Cal,
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
have to count Cal.
you do have to count Cal, is...
I burnt one to death.
Is it 170?
185.
85. 185.
4, 9, 1, 5. And everyone has different things. So I can't rely on somebody
Everyone-
else.
I think Kutsura and Florian have the
Kitsara
same.
and Florian
they're
are the
both-
same. Yeah.
Kitariel should receive a kobold trophy. Can I get a kobold
Yes.
hide? Can I skin a kobold, and use the leather to make a football?
Oh.
You can
And
try.
make myself a kobold.
You can try, definitely.
I love that idea. Okay, I want to try skinning. Well, there's 20 I can try with, so if I fail on a check, I'm going to keep doing it until I succeed. So...
I'm gonna make you keep rolling until you
Right.
manage it.
Right.
Just
Oh,
roll.
babe.
check is this?
Just
Back in a minute.
Survival. That's the closest I
What,
could think
nature?
to. Oh, nature.
Survival. I'll go
I
with
really
survival.
wish they had a crafting check.
17.
17. You successfully skin it.
Successfully skin it. Right, I'm going to dry out the skin and make a kobold out of my kobold. Anyway, I also need to disappear for a
Yes,
moment.
we are on a break.
Yeah. While we're on a break, I will mention that we do have merchandise apparently, and apparently we don't tell people. So we have a red bubble.
Merch.
Yes. We've got like a mug. I don't know if it appears on screen very well.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. I will be right back.
Yay, we can see the mug. Yeah. That's our GM mug. We've got the Huzzar Smacketh and Huzzar thingy. Huzzar Misseth mug. We've got all sorts of things. They're really cool. We've got stickers, which I don't have accessible right now. But yeah. Now I'm just rambling because I don't know. How is everyone on chat? Oh, Andrew is here as well. Sorry, I didn't see
I'm here
you
still.
sneak back in.
I left thinking that the break had begun, and then I came back just
Oh.
as everyone was leaving. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I've done my break fast and too soon.
Yeah, the break. We did start the break then. Did you add 185 experience points to your character sheet?
No, but I will happily do so.
Cool. We do have T-shirts. If you look at the selfies one on Discord,
Hey VLB,
we've
we finished
Hello.
fighting things. We killed every single kobold on the planet.
pretty much, yeah. And we got very little to show for it in terms of experience.
Speaking of experience, Bear, do you fancy doing math for the math inept barbarian?
I could just ask Kate because she's just on the maths. Because
Yeah, Florian should have 6,277 XP now.
6,277. Thank you.
Yeah, where is?
Yeah. So yeah, to fill you in, LBs, we have literally finished the fight. We win. Kuldora almost died twice, but was rescued by Cure Wounds. I used Channel Divinity once, and we've just stormed. We knocked on the door of the temple quite gently and hoping to be nice, I hope.
We did. We only just managed to take one prisoner from that hole, and we almost didn't let that happen.
We almost managed not. We managed not to kill it. Just.
Yeah, it was a close run thing.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's where we got. Literally, I think we got 185 XP for 4-hour combat.
Welcome to level 1.
Welcome to level 1, yeah. Which would have been enough almost. Yeah, we would have leveled up if we hadn't leveled up already, because it's 300 XP to get from level 1 to level 2.
Yeah.
So that was over half a level's worth of battling.
Well, level 1, badly.
How much XP do we need for level 5? Just out of curiosity.
It's 6,000 and something. I can't remember exactly.
Ooh.
I will look it up.
Yeah, you guys are getting close.
We're on like 6,200 and something.
Oh wow! You were almost there.
It's 6,500.
Oh no, not quite. So close, so close.
Yeah. But we should be. So we should hopefully go up to level 5. You guys at least soon-ish.
Soonish. Yeah, we'll start. We're probably going to have to do it in waves because we're getting such little XP. We're all going to tip over by ourselves. So for a little while, we're going to be at different levels, but that's fine.
Yeah. And all I'm going to add in is, I was just saying we have merch, and there's some merch stuff on. I've sent the Redbubble.
My camera never picks this up anyway near as well as Brian's picks up.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Brian's looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yours picks it up way better.
Yeah.
When it's not being deleted from existence.
Oh, when it's not being deleted.
Your mugs are amazing. They literally disappearing and out of existence.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
This is what we call a phase mug.
Oh, my face is gone. Whoa.
Yeah,
Who's our smacker? Cool.
We're trying to show you our merch.
Yeah. Easiest just go to the shop, which I
Yeah.
have
Have a
posted
look,
just
because
now.
there's more than mugs. There are t-shirts and all sorts
Yeah.
of other
Cool.
stuff.
And I've also sent a link to Discord, which has our all sorts of things in there, and including, I think Brian has done a selfie with a T-shirt with Huzzah Smacketh or Huzzah Misseth just recently. So,
Also, I have a book out on Thursday.
you book out Thursday.
Yeah, I have a book out Thursday. Dragon
Nice.
6 is out Thursday.
Woo! Blimey,
Wow.
they seem to be coming out
Yeah.
Like once a
all
month
the
or
time.
something.
It's amazing.
They are coming out pretty fast. Yes. And 7 is up for pre-order already.
Awesome.
Awesome.
7 is coming out September the 2nd. I know all the dates now.
Yay.
Book 7 is coming out September the 2nd. Book 8 is coming out September the 30th. So there's 2 in September. And then book 9 is coming out October, I think it's the 16th. That is actually the one I'm not quite completely sure of. Book 10 is out November the 11th. And then book 11 is out December the 1st. And the final book is out December the 29th.
Amazing.
Cool.
I'm writing book 11. I'm second drafting book 8 because I'm really behind on the second drafting. I need to catch up on the second drafting.
Yeah.
I got distracted by the Olympics.
The Olympics has literally deleted my sleep. My sleep is
It's
like the
deleted- it's
kobolds, and the
deleted my
Olympics is
second
like you
drafting.
guys.
It's been drop kicked into non-existence.
Yeah.
On the subject of merch, guys, I've just had an idea for something that we could do, which is borderline copyright, but I think we can get away with it.
Okay.
I love
Could we make a tote bag which is called Bag of Holding and get away with it copyright-wise on the grounds that we're just saying what the bag does?
Well, the sort of bag is holding.
Well, no, it's still a bag of holding. It's still a bag that holds things.
I have no idea.
No, nor do I.
Someone must have made a bag of holding by now as a thing. I'm looking this up.
This bag is holding. D&D police.
Okay, there are backpacks which say bag of holding on them.
There you go.
I kind of want one of those now.
Yeah.
I want one of those.
I've always disappointed with bag of holding, because to me something called bag of holding should be a bag, which is a bit like an advanced version of
Thing from
Rincewind's
Adam's
luggage,
Family.
in that it has,
Or
rather than
Rincewind,
legs,
yes.
it has 2 arms that come out and
Yeah.
just hold things for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's all I can imagine with bag of holding.
Yep. You should be able to give you a hug at least.
Mm.
Bear has redeemed Hydrate.
I just noticed no one had used channel points
No.
this evening, so I thought I used it.
Also, just to remind chat, you can give us inspiration.
Yes.
No one's done that today either.
Have we not been? Have we not inspired?
Are you not entertained? Also, bits pool stuff. You can buy us stuff
Yeah.
with the bit pool and give us bits for the bit pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the characters need a bit of help at the minute though.
No, probably not. But you know.
Yeah. I did notice Castlem has done a bit more fan art for Story Squires in Discord.
Ooh.
Cool.
So you should head over there. To,
Hi, Albies. I must have missed you arriving.
yeah.
Hi.
Is there a way to change
Is
the
there a way to
automatic
change the
selection?
automatic from Kindle Limited to purchase, or is it has to be on each time? I think the purchase is underneath. I think there's a Kindle Unlimited and then there's a purchase button underneath.
Sounds
But I-
right.
Don't know. I'm gonna have to click on the link now to find out myself. At least on the UK, there is a
Purchase now instead of.
well, it's pre-order for the one I linked to. But if I just go to one that is out. Which one's out? That one's
5.
out. That is interesting. Oh, that's because I own that one. Oh my gosh, I can't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't help because I own them, so I can't tell what it looks like when you don't own it right now. I guess because I could look at just someone else's book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be underneath. There should be a Kindle Unlimited, read for 000, Kindle price. There should be an or and then a buy now underneath.
So the quick answer is we're not entirely sure, but it should be available somewhere on the page.
Yeah, it should underneath where it says get it with Kindle Unlimited, there should be a buy now button instead. And thinking about it, Tariel should have inspiration for creating a kobold. Technically, I haven't created it yet, but I suppose potentially the intention of creating a kobold.
Yeah, you get
I'm going to take
inspiration.
that. I'm going to take that.
Are you?
Yep.
I've clicked the inspiration button now.
Get the patent in.
Yeah. You're gonna have to make the kobold though.
Yeah, that's fine.
You have the skin for it, but you're gonna need a long rest to form it.
Yeah.
You may need some help to quick cure your leather if you want to do it in one long rest.
How about I just say it takes a week and we just at some point in the stream later we decide I've got a kobold.
That works.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Just have to remember all that, or make a note of it. Oh yeah, Andrew, as you're here, do you remember what Nimble Fingers did? The thing we gained from the thing you wrote for us, adventure you wrote. Because I
Oh,
forgot.
you're talking to me now, aren't you?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, you're talking about the gloves, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, I vaguely remember what it did. Why?
Because I don't.
Forgotten, or?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is.
Right, let me see if I've got the exact things written on the because I did have them on a notepad thing. So let me see if I've still got that. If I don't, I can still tell you what they did, but with slightly less accuracy.
So we can wait until the next one. It's just I just
no,
had a thought.
It'd be good to get it out of the way now. That might be no, that's not it. Oh, this might be it. It might be around here somewhere. It's going to be somewhere around here because these are my notes from me. Nope, that was a riddle which you guys failed to do.
Riddle me this.
Right, okay, so what I remember the hands doing, because I can't seem to see it here, all I can see is the riddles I made for you, which kind of bypassed. So what they do, is this it? No. Is that it? No. Do you remember what the staff did, first and foremost? Because that was the easier one. The staff of Mage Hand.
Which was...
I just did multiple mage hands. Up
Yeah.
to 5, didn't it?
Sorry?
The staff of mage hand just did multiple mage hands up to 5.
Yeah, it just does 5 Mage Hands, either all at once or collectively.
Yeah.
And the gloves, they worked that they gave you a bonus major action, but you had to roll a d20, and if you got above a 10 you were fine. If you got below a 10, then you don't have an action on your next round as you're fatigued, but you still get the bonus major action for that round. And then the next time you use it before a long rest, it then becomes a roll of 5. Anything, basically you need 15 to pass it then, and then after that, it becomes you have to get a nat 20 every single time.
Yeah. So you could use a bonus. You could do a bonus extra action, but you
Use a
become
50-50
fatigued.
chance you become fatigued. You get a level
Yeah.
of that.
So the first time
Fatigue has levels as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first time you use it, you have a 50-50 chance. The second time you use it, you have a 1 in 4 chance of being okay, and after that, it's a 1 in 20 chance.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. And thanks for DMing that. It was still really fun. We got lots of
the
stories
carnival.
from it. Yeah.
The carnival's awesome.
That feels like ages ago now. I
We've
was
done
actually
it
trying to
before.
calculate earlier.
Hmm.
I don't know how true this is. Since the carnival, have I been in more sessions than not here? I can't remember how many sessions there's actually been since the carnival.
I think
The
so.
carnival was May, so there's been 2 sessions in June, 2 sessions in July.
And I've been
Potentially
part
an
of 2
extra
of
one,
them.
and you've been part of 2 of them. I think this might be our 6th session because I think there was an extra one.
Okay, so that's not so bad
So you've
then.
been 2 out of 6, I think. Because this is like our 4th or 5th session on this, and we did the chicken one as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's either 2 out of 5 or 2 out of 6.
Cool. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed doing the carnival. Writing the carnival was fun. I had a lot of fun making the carnival as a thing.
Yeah.
Right. And we should probably carry
Yeah.
on.
Mm.
We should now carry on, yes.
Yes. You are stood outside of the sanctuary, where the people inside are very relieved that you appear to have killed this massive pile of enemies.
I'd quite like to go in and rest. I think we should probably take a short rest, if nothing else.
Should we lead? If there's, I feel silly almost asking this because I know that I don't know everything that's going on as properly as everyone else. But should we be leading the people from the sanctuary back to the keep where we came from? Isn't that the more secure location?
Possibly, but I still think we should take a short rest before we do that in case we're attacked on the way. Because if we're attacked on the way, Tari
Yeah,
and
a short
Aurora are
rest.
probably
Yeah,
going to
not
die.
a long rest though.
Yeah, short rest, which is an hour.
Cool.
Okay. So you are going to move into the sanctuary?
The temple. Sanctuary. And short rest.
Right, let me just delete this massive pile of...
Which gets me my key points back. I'm pretty sure I get my key points back.
I get channel divinity back.
Where does it talk about my key points?
Get a health back.
Only if you use hit dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use a hit dice for Florian.
Yeah.
I forget how to use hit dice though, because we never do short rests in the pyramid.
You roll them and add your Constitution modifier, and you take it off your pool of hit dice underneath your temporary hit points box.
Dang it, I don't even know what any of those things are for a rogue.
No.
You should have 4 hit dice, so you can use.
Yeah,
you can roll 1, and your Constitution.
Yeah, what am I rolling? Because I don't know what the.
If it should say hit dice. You can literally click on the word hit dice, and it will roll it for you.
Before you roll your hit dice, though, let me just roll a dice.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh no!
Are any of you on watch?
Mokan is not asleep, and he doesn't need to do anything, so he's probably looking around.
So I imagine someone is on watch. Yes.
Mokan is probably looking out the window.
Could you roll a perception check?
I can try to do that. Where's my perception?
I got 21.
You're not all looking out the window, though, surely.
No.
Mokan claimed he was looking out the window.
No
one else claimed they were looking out the window.
I said that we'd be paying attention, implying that Tariel would be paying attention.
Fine.
Mokan is looking out the toilet door, like the toilet window. So that's tiny and crackled.
I wouldn't have rolled unless I was saying that my character was paying attention.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you therefore do spot. So, you're looking out of the sanctuary.
Yep.
And as you're looking out, you spot at the end of this road up here
Mhm.
a small group of cultists moving along the road.
Okay, towards us.
No, they are heading down this track. So
Okay.
they come across the T-junction.
Okay.
And you notice that one of those has a purple cloak on.
Ooh,
Cool.
sorry. Thank you, Sir Happy Uwu, for following us.
Hi.
Yay!
And
Hi.
hi.
Redeemed chest redemption poll. Oh, that redeems our
Cool.
bit pool to allow people to
Yep.
pick bit pool stuff to give us, if you
Cool.
wish to. Sorry, that's gonna make a poll.
Yep. I'll make a poll while you guys talk. I can do that.
Third account. Oh, okay. Does that mean we know you already? So happy. That's a great name.
That is an awesome name. Happy.
So I'll prepare the poll while we continue the adventure. It takes me a few minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna notice these cultists and this purple cloak, and I'm gonna be like, "There's another one. There's another purple cloak." But I'll do that fairly quietly. But I still think we should rest first, and then go after them. But I will make a note of which direction roughly they went in, and that there is another one up there somewhere.
Cool. I will allow you to rest.
By this time, Mokan
Right.
has realized he's looking out the wrong door and is looking up at where it was pointed.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna roll my hit dice for the rest. Oh, do I really only gain 3? Right, looks
So
like I'm rolling another one.
I
How
gained
many-
6.
How many hit
Ooh.
dice should Spoon Lord have?
4.
Okay.
Right. I'm only going to use 2 because you only get 2 back on a long rest.
And
But I
do
only
I
gain
get-
5 more hit points.
do I get any
Spoon Lord gains 5.
spells back?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think a cleric does.
Druid.
In fact, most things don't.
Fuck.
So get 5.
Yay!
Who is Dungeon Master? David is Dungeon Master, but he's also Cal.
Yeah.
Because we were doing this where we did mini adventures and one of us DM'd while our character went off, but then we decided we wanted to do an adventure with everyone, so we're doing a pre-made and we're doing the
Horde of the Dragon Queen.
with David doing both. Oh, bye again. Thank you for dropping in on us.
Do we still do the redemption pool?
Yeah, I guess so. Technically,
Cool.
they asked for it.
Yeah.
I imagine
I've
everyone
done
else is
the
just going to
things-
be like, save it for later, but technically, we should do what was asked.
Yep.
And what are the options?
Cool. 10 gold pieces, holy water, antidote, healing potion.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely going to be save it for later. We don't need any of those right now.
I'll leave it to see.
Florian in character vote for 10 gold pieces.
Nice thing to say for sure that Florian would get them. Anyways. Tariel already has a holy water flask according to her sheet. I'm gonna feed. I've got 4 bats left apparently. Can I feed them to Culduro? Can I feed him 1 at least? Florian might give them to Bellatrix. Florian would definitely give them to Bellatrix.
The 10 gold pieces.
GM! Can I feed a bat to Culduro and give him another hit point?
Yeah.
Great.
Presuming you have bats.
Yeah, I have 4 left. Down to 3.
All the bats.
All the bats.
Right. Cal has regained 2 stealth slots. Sorry, that's why I was distracted. I was trying to remember the wizard rules. And by remember, I mean I was reading it after a Google search. Because that's what modern memory is. Now, the problem
So true, Elbreeze.
with giving coins to Bellatrix is that you have to make sure you do it out of sight of Nibbles.
Nibbles. Yes.
Apparently, druids can regain spell slots on a short rest.
Short rest.
Ah,
I thought
Oh.
druids were the only one that could.
Because the wizard just did, apparently.
It's arcane recovery that the druid does,
Oh, okay.
which is different. I don't know whether druids can.
Cool.
You
Um,
can
Bits will
prepare.
be safe
Okay,
later.
Kate, the one that I noted with yours, when you prepare your list of druid spells available for you to cast, choose and choose.
Now comes
Okay,
to the
actually.
exciting part of
Don't
D&D,
worry.
reading rules.
Yeah. At the end of every long rest, Kate, you can choose new spells
I can choose new spells.
to have memorized and prepared, because the druid has access to all
the level druid
spells,
spells.
all the spells of every level that it can cast of every level. So at the end of every long rest, you can choose different ones.
Oh.
Basically, like a cleric.
Yeah, same as a cleric.
But I didn't get
But
that option to.
you can only prepare them and a number of spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your druid level.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
We can explain
And we'll
possibly
explain it.
outside.
We'll explain it off stream. But basically,
Yeah.
you have access to every spell that a druid can cast
Right.
at those levels, at level
Okay.
1 and level 2. But you can only prepare, which is the little red dots that go beside the spells,
Oh,
are
okay.
prepared spells. You can only prepare your wisdom modifier plus your druid level number of spells. So if your wisdom modifier was 2, you're level 4, you could only prepare 6 of them. But of the options of every level 1 and level 2 spell for a druid. And for some reason, your sheet only has 6 or so spells on it.
Yeah, because that was the only option. It only let me select that number.
Which is really bizarre.
It's what Charactermancer does. It lets you select your current ones. It's a bit broken in Roll20. Does the same thing for Artificers, which also have the same thing. They have all of them available, and every long rest they can change.
Yeah. Yeah, so technically every long rest you can change those, however many it is. It might not be 6, it might be more, it might be less.
Oh,
but
okay.
that's just an example. I don't know what your wisdom modifier is.
Okay. 2.
Did we do the poll?
Okay, then it is 6.
We did.
Okay.
Yes, it was safe.
It was safe later.
Awesome. I just completely didn't notice. I was blind to the poll. Right. Shall we get back to the campaigning?
Yes.
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 Sorry, now that I've explained that.
So you finish up your long rest. Short rest. Your short rest.
Sure.
Nothing untoward happens while you cower in the sanctuary with all the commoners.
Does this guy wake up?
Doggy bits. Sorry.
No, he rolled a critical 1 on his wake up check.
Okay.
So he is still unconscious. You could try and stir him if you'd like to question him now. Or you could just carry him with you. There are a group of commoners with you.
I'm tempted to say that if any of us try and slap him to wake him up, we're just going to kill him. So maybe not.
we could ask one of the villagers to slap him because we're strong.
Cal will volunteer to slap him if you want.
I better.
What would you like to do?
I think we do need to wake him up.
We're going to tickle him with a feather.
You're going to wake him up?
Yeah.
Okay. He does.
So Tariel probably should say what we're doing because Markham just follows.
Yep.
Yeah. We're trying to wake up the guy.
Trying to wake him up. Great. I'd probably splash him with water. Chuck some water on him.
Okay, you can chuck some water on him.
Spoon look a piss on him.
Yeah, that too. Stir him with a spoon.
Which one of these are you doing?
All of them.
All of them.
Oh, that's
Let's
beautiful.
Spoon Lord pee on him, and then I'll chuck some
Yeah.
water on him.
Oh, this,
Spoon-
I feel
Spoon
really
Lord's
sorry
gonna-
for this cultist now. He's not going to wake up and go, "Ah!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Can Carl then cast Prestidigitation, which could give really bad consequences?
Now we've seen the purple cloak. I don't really have many questions for this guy.
I mean, at least
Yeah.
we can keep him around in case purple cloak
In
round
case
2
we kill
goes
another purple
badly.
cloak. Okay, right. Yeah, okay. Wake him up then.
Okay, so he wakes up with a sort of,
Yeah.
yeah, he's awake.
I feel like, why are you here and attacking this town?
None of your business.
I'm gonna slap him.
Ow. Actually, this is you slapping him. Can you roll?
I'm rolling a controlled slap. What do you want me to roll?
Can you roll a dexterity? It's alright, you control your power successfully. You just said a sticking slap.
Oi, I've got a battle spin and I'm not afraid to use it.
I know.
Can I try intimidation?
Yes, could you roll a intimidation check?
12.
12. On a 12.
Morkan is less intimidating than Tariel, apparently. Which is
That's
what's funny.
acceptable.
Apparently, I was cute last time I tried intimidation. Everyone
That is
decided I
true.
was cute.
Florian is going to, assuming it's a round and easy to get hold of, I'm going to try intimidation. I'm going to see if I can get any bonus on this by taking the skinned kobold and just holding it by its sort of jaw flaps and going, "Hello, we have some questions for you. If you don't want to end up like me, you should answer."
Ariel is so gonna lend the kobold skin to Florian for this purpose.
And I get a 19.
Inspiration to
Okay.
Florian.
Your intimidation succeeds. However, can you roll a 1d4 psychic damage, please?
For the cultist or for myself?
On the
The
I-
LB,
on
who
the
is-
I think for the cultist, he just
I think we've
terrified
terrified the
him.
LBs in chat as well.
That is quite dark.
Just to say the LBs, I did not skin this. I don't know when you came into the stream today. I did not.
It was
skin
me
this.
that skinned the kobold to make a coball. I wanted the leather to make a ball.
But it is turning it
just
into a puppet.
Quite a dark turn. That is a very Brian thing to do, though, because
Yes.
he picked up the head. And
Yes.
he started.
Did you say 1d4 psychic damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morkan is laughing his head off.
Tariel's finding this quite amusing too.
On a 2, the
Andrew's
thank
doing
you,
well
Casper.
playing Brian, playing Florian. He is actually.
on a 2, the cultist eyes are going to roll backwards in his head, and he's just going to go, I'm fine.
I'm just gonna throw some more water on him again.
An inspiration to Andrew.
Inspiration down.
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
yes, yes. Katsura's gonna brandish
Where
her
am I?
battle
I seem to
spoon.
be in a place. Where am I?
Uh,
I've just
Underneath.
moved myself out of the thing because for some reason I was on someone else's token. There you go. I can give myself.
Mysterious lady has appeared.
So I'm gonna try again.
They are
I'm
your
gonna
commoners.
Throw water on them.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Right, he is going to come back to reluctantly,
be like-
desperately trying to get the solace of unconsciousness.
So I'm gonna be like,
Food.
let's try this again, shall we? Why are you attacking this town?
Just a second, I need to find something out.
Why are they attacking this town?
DM. Oh, sorry, I've just seen in our Discord someone put a GIF. It's like when You're the DM, but you have to go and check some basic rules. When you're trying to be a badass dungeon master, and you have to double check some basic rules.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens to literally all the DMs here.
The basic
I think-
rules are the important ones.
I always think the very best DMs who always seem to know what they're doing,
Make them up.
they're just very good, especially when you're not on when you're not on Zoom and Roll20 when the rules are before you. Like before it all became online, the best DMs, I swear, just behind their screens, they'll just pretend to roll a dice, just make a sound on the thing, and then just make something up on the spot. That's how you sort of pretend to be someone who knows your rules. It's like, oh, you do that. Well, in your head, you're like, I have no idea what's going on here, so I'm just going to roll 2d4. They can't see what I'm rolling, but they know that I'm rolling dice to acknowledge them, and then I'll just say what I believe happens, and they will go with it.
I have never done that.
No, I have never done that at all.
Can I take?
I use
can
a
I take
D20.
Can you two make deception checks on that?
Yeah, sure.
I
It
Yeah.
succeeds. It's all good.
don't believe you.
I'm going to take a
Oh.
deception.
14.
14.
I get a natural 20 on my insight check. I don't believe you.
Right, okay, so
Hi, Othic Gaming rolls dice. No, I've never done that.
nobody does that. It's just, it would be bad. Right,
Oh, I
you-
think my shopping's just
Oh,
arrived.
no, you-
Oh no.
Survived.
Yeah, I can hear the truck. I'm going to have to go down in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dice never lies. The DM might.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Alright.
Why am I here?
Tario will tell these guys about the purple robe guy and continue trying to interrogate this guy. And if he gives us anything useful, act upon it. But you guys are going to have to be Tario for a moment because I'm going to have to go get my shopping in really quickly. It's not a lot, so hopefully I'll only be gone for a couple of minutes. But
Cool.
Okay.
Good luck. I hope you roll well on dexterity.
May the spoons be with you.
And thanks for the follow.
We had a follow.
Oh. Yeah, new follow. Othic Gaming is now following us. Thank you.
Oh.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, let's get back to questioning this.
Yes.
Questioning this guy.
Why are you here? Why are you attacking the village?
So
Brandishing my battle spoon.
he's just gonna go. Why this town? I don't know. I can't tell you that.
You
But
can't or you won't.
yes,
Well, Mokan goes, where is Blue Dragon? I saw the Blue Dragon earlier, and now it's gone again.
the cultist is just gonna go. He's gonna think for a minute while he tries to remember the name of the blue dragon.
It's cultists.
He's gonna
Do
give
the
up.
cultists worship the blue dragon?
It's not exactly no. He's
Okay, I was going to say, because if the cultists can't remember the name of the deity dragon that it follows, that is bad.
No, he's just gonna go. If Lenophon has not attacked yet, and he will, and you'll regret this. And he's gonna sort of get a renewed sense of strength from you mentioning the dragon, and close his
What
mouth.
was the name of the dragon?
Lenophon.
Lenophon.
Mokan is going to go, what are we going to regret? Sorry, I don't understand.
Hello again, Happy. Welcome
Kit
back.
Star-
I'm afraid... Hold on, Happy who's just come back. I think they're the ones who initiated the poll before, but they had to
Yeah.
leave before the poll. So just to let you know, Happy, we did do the poll after you left. Nothing got redeemed from it, though. It didn't get
People
cashed
saved
in.
it for later.
Yeah, but thank you for doing that anyway. That was useful.
And thanks for the follow again.
Katsara is going to point at Cal and go, he's a dragon slayer.
Cal is gonna step forward and go. And I'm gonna roll a performance check.
Do I need to roll persuasion?
On doing that, he falls over. And the cultist just sort of
I'm
smiles.
I rolled 18 persuasion.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Cal tried to do performance and rolled 2. Um,
Damn you, Cal.
he is going to believe you, though.
Um,
He's just going to go, obviously in a different life.
So,
So,
yeah, I don't know what to do at this point.
I don't think this guy knows very much. I think we're going to have to go after Purple Cloak for second.
Yeah, Purple Cloak second.
I
Should
suggest
be.
we slap him and knock him out again because he's annoying me.
He is tied up. Can we ask the commoners to take care of him?
you can ask them.
Can Spoonlord and try to intimidate him?
Spoon Lord is sniffing the crotch area with a very meaningful, you know.
Okay,
He's
so
sort of looking at Kutsar as if to say, "Can I?"
the cultist, having watched Spoonlord in action and his particular tastes, is going to clamp his legs shut and go, "Just get him away, get him away." All I can tell you is that we're working for the Dragon Lady. You'll have to get one of the leaders, the purple cloaked people, to tell you more. I know nothing more. I just follow them.
Dragon Lady.
Can I just check the people from the sanctuary, like the ones who are hidden out here? How are they reacting to us at the moment? Because I've just realised that we've got civilians here, and I'm playing Cultist with a skinned kobold.
Yeah.
We've got a giant mastiff threatening to rip someone's balls off. How are the townspeople feeling about us now?
So the townspeople are currently at the other end of the sanctuary.
Is that where they're staying?
And they're giving you slightly dark looks, but since you're not attacking them, they're not running away.
I am doing another redemption poll. So Happy 125 has asked it. So.
Cool.
But feel free to continue. I'm just typing it up. It takes a little while.
So yes, they're sort of torn between revulsion and fear, and the fact that you are the only safety that they have.
Right. So there's more cultists out that way. There's a purple cloak.
There's cultists everywhere. It's one of the townspeople now. It's just gonna get that. They're all over the place. It's why we're here. We've been chased from all corners of the town.
Yeah, I feel like we need to before.
Because I was going to look at Florian and go, "You're the guy that always comes up with a plan. We need a plan to catch a purple cloak person."
Why are you giving me the plan? I'm new here. I think though. I think the plan. I don't know how in character this is to Florian, but I think the plan should be to get. I don't feel like this is a very Florian plan. I feel like Florian's plan should be to tell the villagers that now that they've been saved, donations are.
He wants to charge for your services.
Yeah. I feel like he would want to charge for their freedom and survival, and just be. Oh,
the poll has been created.
Tariel might object to that.
Yeah. So, but I think what he's going to say is we probably should get these people back to the keep where they are safest, because there are just roving bands of cultists and other people around, as people say. So I think we should get these people back to the keep and then go hunting for another purple cloak.
The commoners are just gonna, on hearing you, they just go, yes, please. We need to get to safety. We can't get there without you.
So we can. The cultists were up here somewhere, weren't they?
Yeah. Tario
So
would
we
also
could.
agree with this. Just
We could.
assuming you can hear me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Welcome back.
We could sort
Just
of go.
let you know, there's a
that way.
redemption poll going on.
Okay.
Because Sir Happy 125 in his main account has redeemed it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, doesn't Florian have the key to the back?
Yeah,
Yes, it's
I have the
also
key.
trapped. Florian also
Yeah.
trapped
Oh,
it.
okay.
Well, I could untrap it, surely, because I know where the trap is, I'm guessing.
Yes, having remembered you trapped it, you can untrap it.
So yeah, shall we take all of the people back,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
we'll go after Purple Cloak NO2, the purpling.
We'll just leave the other cultist here tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool. Okay, so you're
Councilor suggested we use one as bait for the other. Sorry. But yes, let's take the squishy people back safe.
cool. Are you heading back towards the trapdoor exit then? The hidden exit?
Yes, I think we will go back to the hidden exit.
Cool.
The poll has now finished, and people have voted for Save for Late again.
I somehow moved Kitsara.
Uh-huh.
I have access
still
to
have
Kitsara's
access.
token.
So for now, apparently bits are Save for Later. I'll post what high up options are available. I think it's this button. Yes.
Did
Those are the options if we get higher up. It's worth saving it for something.
Could it be
Because we don't
worth?
really need the help at the moment, so happy.
Would it be worth taking the cultist with us as a prisoner and locking him in the keep so he doesn't alert any of the others?
Yes, I'm surprised we're leaving him behind. Why would we leave him behind by himself?
Yeah, I don't get why we're leaving the prisoner behind. I say we bring the prisoner with, just so that the villagers can have fun with him if they want to. Because, they're going to be stuck in...
Tariel will have him on the end of a rope.
The villagers are currently scarred by your entire behaviour towards the cultists.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
tend to
it's
scar
okay, we're
everybody
safe.
because we had a discussion about kissing spiders in front of the guy running the fort.
This is true. Right.
And eating kobold nads in front of...
You successfully make it back to the fort.
You need to pay for the village to have therapy after.
Uh,
We'll buy everyone
Well-
a round of drinks.
I mean,
By the way-
it's a choice between the village needing therapy and
And the village being
surviving
dead.
versus being killed by kobolds and cultists.
Lesser of two evils, is that what you say?
Yeah. They're in a war zone. They're going to need therapy anyway, one way or the other.
This is true.
True,
That is-
true.
Very true.
Cool.
Well,
You...
Sorry, but
Yeah.
while we were getting to the keep, Mokan did put a rope around his wrist, pretending to be prison again because he liked it. So,
Each to their own.
Right. Tariel has the cultist
So
on the end of a rope.
Food Lord could have Mokan
Mokan's
at
rope.
the end of the road, just walking along.
it is quite loose, as in he's pretending to be a prisoner again. Because he was.
Right. Being led along by
Food Lord's
Spoon
like,
Lord.
this is great.
Yeah.
It's usually the other way around. Tail is wagging.
So, you
I'm like the goodest of boys.
successfully escort the prisoner, the commoners, and Mokan back to the keep.
Yay! I'm assuming that puts us all... Oh, sorry, you moved everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So,
Yeah.
you are all back at the keep. I presume you are going to put the cultist in the dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
He
So what
is
information did you get out of him?
Not much.
Not a lot.
Oh, there's a dragon lady.
There's a dragon lady.
And the dragon's called Lenophon or something like that.
Lenophon.
But we have to find the dragon lady. She's
What's the
behind
dragon
all of
called?
this.
Lenophon.
Lenophon?
Lenophon. Okay.
But he
I
said
won't remember that next stream, but you know.
if we find a purple cloak, they can tell us about the
More.
dragon lady.
Okay, great. We definitely need a purple cloak then. Right. So yes, we are going to put the guy in the dungeon. We're going to make the villagers safe, and then we are going to go back out for a purple cloak.
Rather than putting the guy in the dungeon, one thing we could do is, because we know that the entrance is trapped going in, rather than fussing around having to disarm it, we could have him just go in first.
That's a bit dark. That's maybe even a bit dark for Florian.
Cal is just going to go, oh, you trapped it.
dead kobold puppet
Before
tree
you're allowed
wasn't
to do
dark
that.
enough.
But yes. I'm not going to let you force the curtain. John's
So
just
happy
through a
has 2
trap door.
chocolate chip
No, I
cookies,
wasn't
one
actually going to
muffin,
force that,
one
but I
fruit
just found
punch
it
juice
amusing.
box. Can I have one of the chocolate chip cookies?
Someone is well set on provisions for this
Yeah,
quest.
happy is
course.
well snacked up.
That's what we
Though,
need
to
the
be fair,
bit
my
for to
shopping just
redeem.
arrived, so I now have snacks too. It's alright. My shopping has arrived, at which point I have gluten-free Oreo cookies, or the equivalent of an Oreo cookie, but gluten-free.
Lovely.
Cool.
Right, when you get into the keep, are you going all the way in or just pushing them into the tunnel?
Are we going to escort them all the way in?
We need to
Sure.
escort them all the way in.
I don't think
Sure,
we
the
need
villagers
to.
are
We'll just
able.
point them in the right direction, and at that point decide that they're safe.
Give them a torch.
Give them a
Follow the
Then
tunnel.
I'm going to re-trap the entryway after they're all in.
yeah.
Yes.
We should probably do that as well.
Okay, as you are pushing them in, one of them is just going to shout, "Oh no, the mill," and point to the west, where there's a large column of smoke appearing.
The mill.
The mill. From down this way.
I have no idea where that is.
It's
On the map, it's right on the other end of the map.
bottom
On the
left.
west. Bottom left.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does help when I remember east from west.
Yeah.
The mill is right next to this giant N, which the town seemed to have erected.
Yes.
It's a pretty impressive N. Like, it's massive. It's twice the size of the other houses.
It's very
Yeah.
It's because it's greenest, and they just could only spell the N.
It's like the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
Right.
But they just did one letter.
Actually,
So-
it could be a Z, and we're just looking at it from the wrong
They're
angle.
burning down the mill, and the purple cloak that we need is in the other direction. So now we have to choose between purple cloak and the mill.
Well, aren't these cultists absolutely everywhere in the town?
I was going to say there could be more purple cloaks at the mill.
Yeah.
But we know exactly where one purple cloak is. At the end of the day, the town, they can rebuild a mill. We know where one purple cloak is. We have no idea what's down by the mill. Let them
Do we
rebuild
get
a
any
mill.
XP for saving the sanctuary and the people in it?
Oh, saving the people in it. You do get XP for saving the people in it.
Woo! Let's do that instead.
There might be people in the mill. They were going to burn down the sanctuary with people in it. There may be people in the mill that now need saving.
Well, at that point, the mill's already on fire and quite a way away.
That is a good point.
Like, the mill is at least, I forget what 60 feet is in here, but it's at least probably like
Mill's about
10-minute walk?
500 feet away.
500
Fight
feet.
fire with prestidigitation. Actually, there is a make water spell.
Which I believe
Sprint.
Mokken has
That
already
Mokken
used
has.
to fight fire.
Yes.
Yep.
I want shape water.
Tariel at this point is still going to be, I think, more concerned with saving people than finding a purple cloak person. So I think Tariel is going to be thinking in the direction of, because we can find a purple cloak person at any point if they're still here, but we can't necessarily save the people at any point.
Markham says, people hurt? Where?
Yeah, let's go save the people.
So Tariel is going to actually be now like, just because we know we're a purple cloak, at least we know there is another purple cloak.
Okay.
Save the people.
Yeah. Florian's going to, as the third options come up, Florian's going to go with getting XP first. But then he'll go with the mill. Get XP first, then we'll do the mill.
I don't know. I can't quite figure out the Tom Jones and the Cardigans because I don't know the song.
Burning down the
except from-
mill. I don't know what song that is.
Yes.
And I'll be back in
Burning
just
down the house.
you might have to
Cardigan.
tell.
Burning down the house.
Cool.
Yeah.
I still don't know the song, I'm afraid.
Fight fire with fire.
Alright.
Kate knows it.
Down the house.
Yeah. Cool. So,
Okay, I'm going to say you get 200 XP
between us,
between you.
which is 40 extra.
Yep.
40 more XP.
40, 40.
I'm on 5,140.
Make sure we should tell Andrew that when he gets back.
Yes.
So how much are you on? 5,000?
5,140.
I'm on
I'm on 5,726.
5,533.
So, are we going to move to the mill, or are we going to?
I think we should go towards the mill
Yes.
by going across this, what looks like a river crossing.
In the middle there.
As in down here?
Yes, I think that's the only,
Right,
looks like the
we
only
get
crossing.
XP.
You got
We
40,
got 40.
each.
40 each.
40.
That is maths I can probably do. 7 plus 4.
We're going to go this way.
Number.
Would you like to roll perception?
Perception. That's the second perception Mokan has rolled this turn, and he rolled a 5 and then a 4.
Kitsara also got 4.
Perception. Natural
Nat
20. As Florian always says, I'm there to see everything for him.
Oh, and Food Lord got 18.
And you did have to see everything for me because I did feel bad as well.
Okay, with a nat 20, as you are walking past the keep, you notice the blue dragons sweep in and rake sort of flames across the parapet, burning up a number of the defenders.
No!
Oh.
What? This is not good. We can't defend everything.
We need to find the dragon lady.
Does he at least burn the cultist inside?
Well, he's attacking the keep.
Attacking the keep.
You're,
Yeah, because the thing is, if the keep falls, then there's nowhere to bring the people when we save them.
he's attacking this.
It's attacking the keep.
Yeah, I think we have to stop the dragon then. The dragon's the main thing. If the dragon's attacking the keep.
Can we take on a dragon? Are we strong enough to take on a dragon? I mean, yeah, I know Cal's technically killed one, but that was a young dragon.
I
This
am a
isn't
dragon
young
slayer.
dragon.
Hear me roar.
With quite
Food Lord's
weak at
gonna
the
roll
moment.
his eyes.
I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with we can take this on.
And we don't. We didn't ask the cultists how can we defeat the dragon, did we?
No,
I don't think the
I didn't
cultists
think
would
I didn't actually
know.
think the dragon was currently a threat. It was just threatening to attack the keep. I assumed it was
Yeah.
distracted elsewhere.
He said it hadn't attacked yet.
Also, why were the defense... How many people are in the keep? Is it just the sanctuary people?
There's a
And
number
the
of...
other
Everyone that we took
villagers.
there before.
Most of the town is in the keep.
We
at this
took
point.
some. We took someone.
Oh,
else
right,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
We need to try and find some way to stop this.
Yeah.
There's too many different people to save.
Yeah.
Do we
The thing is, we go
Go-
all the way out to the mill, everyone in the keep dies. And there could be no one at the mill.
Yeah.
did we go and find a purple cloak?
Also could lead to the keep being destroyed if the dragon's on the keep now.
But would they know how to stop the dragon?
Would they be able to call the dragon off? Would the dragon listen?
But how far away was the person? 'Cause didn't you say they were turning out of the area anyway? So isn't that quite a way to travel again?
They were coming towards the keep.
So they might be coming towards us anyway to fight the keep now. So I say back in the keep and defend
Why
the keep.
don't Yes, and then put some kind of sign pointing to the trapped entrance going this way, and then they go into the trap.
Deliberately lead them to the trapped entrance.
I think if the dragon's attacking the keep and the purple cloaks are like the second in command, surely they're going to mill around the keep as well. And if we can just fend off the dragon, we should be able to get the thing. But it's all for nothing. If we
Tariel is
can't
going to want to
defend.
lead us round to the other side of the keep to see if we can see them from the other side of the keep. See if we can see a purple cloak, because they were heading to the keep anyway. So Tariel is going to suggest going around to the other side of the keep for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so heading
works.
up
Yeah.
this way.
Heading up this way, and then
Okay. Could you roll perception?
I just rolled perception.
I know, but that's why you were moving. While you were moving along here,
Yeah.
you're
Uh,
now.
9
I
again.
I roll
19.
perception while people are talking about where's the dragon going now after he attacked.
Right, so the dragon is
19,
sort of swooping down and attacking, and now he's swooping away again. But it looks like he's sort of going to turn back again.
He's gonna
Okay.
circle
Yeah,
around.
We're doing a Skyrim version of dragon attacks.
Yes.
They fly off, but they come back.
Right, so yeah, so going up this way.
I would not move until you've looked at the result of your perception.
Okay.
19. Mocken is
got-
actually paying attention now.
I got 19 and a 17.
Oh, I didn't roll. No, I rolled
You got
Kulduro's. I didn't roll
9.
mine. I didn't roll mine. I got 21. Tariel got 21.
Okay, I'm gonna let you see this lot. So you've come around the corner of the keep, essentially.
Yeah.
And in front of the keep, underneath the direction that the dragon is attacking.
Whoa!
Holy!
Holy!
The heck did we not see the ones we are literally on top of?
Because it's a
Crunch.
scale problem, right? But
Buckets!
In fact, how did we not see these when we were inside the keep?
so you didn't actually get into the keep just now.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I
Right,
explicitly
so
asked.
I'm assuming, should we say that we're on the corner of the thing?
So you
Yeah,
are.
I
I'm
think we're
saying
on the
you've
corner
come
right
around the
here.
corner. Basically, I was
Come
going to
around
allow
this
you to
corner.
go past this lot if you just decided to go. So you have cover from them, but you have spotted them.
Right.
Does anyone have area of attack spells?
Kutsara has a few, but that's a lot of enemies.
We defeated this many enemies just now. It just took us 4 hours.
Now, do we need to go inside the keep and attack these guys from the parapet? And essentially help defend the keep now.
I think that's probably the best idea at this point with a dragon out there as
Take
well.
the back entrance into the keep and help defend the keep from this army.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because as strong as we are, I don't think we can take on 30-odd enemies
Nope.
at once. Because at least in the 30-odd enemies we took on before, they were kind of in 3 sequential battles.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really glad we did a short rest.
I really wish we'd done a long rest.
Because
Right.
I've got 2 spells remaining.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Cow's got some spells left.
I've just got all my key points back, but they're not actually great for long range.
No, I
Do
was
we know
gonna
if
say.
any of these are undead?
They don't look it.
They don't look it, no.
Because I've got spiritual weapon as my ranged attack.
Well, still better than
And Sacred
nothing.
Flame.
It's still
That's
2
Sacred
attacks. You
Flame.
can still do a ranged attack
Yeah.
and spiritual weapon. And
Yeah. Cool.
that's still giving you 2 attacks. And the kobolds fall pretty quickly,
Easily.
hopefully.
Yeah, the kobolds shouldn't be too much of a problem for falling. It'll be a
Plus,
pity that we can't get our
We
pets
might have some
involved.
allies inside here, but the pets are going to be completely useless. That is true.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cool.
Let's go back inside to help.
part of me does
protect.
almost want to say, actually, should we be outside?
Can we go round and attack from the back or something?
Well, no, attack from this side because a lot of them, some of them are like way up there. It
I
depends
think
how
most
close
of
they
them would have
actually
seen
are.
us by now.
I'm allowing you because you rolled a 19 on your perception and you rolled
21.
it before going around the corner. They are not currently aware of you. But they're far enough away that you couldn't just jump out and do a sneak attack.
No, what I mean is, could we? How close are the ones at the back? Like, would we have a few turns to kill the bunch of stuff closest to us before the ones at the
I
back got
see.
to us?
How
likely are we to
Yeah,
be
how
able to
long
actually take
before
them
we're
on
mobbed?
outside? Yeah.
You will be mobbed very fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to be inside.
All right. Inside we
Yeah.
Yeah.
go. Okay. Inside we go then.
I
We're
will
going
let
to
you
use
do
the
what you
back
wish.
entrance to go inside
Untrap it again.
Yeah, and retrap it.
and retrap it. We're going to go inside, and I'm going to put the pets somewhere safe because they can't help in the fight anyway.
Are there any clerics or monks among the people we've saved?
So
Clerics or druids, monks can't heal.
in the keep, there were some clerics working to keep people alive that
Tariel
Florian
could
had
do
some
with
nice
a-
conversations with last time you were here?
Tariel could
Can
do with
one
a
of them go down to the cave where I've trapped the door and keep an eye on the trap?
We can
the
Kulduro and
clerics aren't
Spoonlord.
going to, but you could send
Kulduro and Spoonlord could keep an eye
Yeah.
on
a brave
Yeah.
commoner
Because then-
with them.
they're not.
Yeah.
Brave
Yeah.
Commoner, Kulduro and Spoonlord can keep an eye on the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
I just thought a cleric might do it because the Trappist monks are generally good at that kind of thing.
they're busy trying to keep people alive though, so they're in full medic mode. They're not gonna be able to be spared. But
Right, Tariel's going to ask if anyone's got any darts and a healing potion.
no one has any darts.
Does anyone have?
You already have a healing. Oh no,
Florian took and used.
Florian took and used. Is any of you actually looking bloodied at this point?
Not bloodied.
Then
No.
then they're not
I'm
gonna
at
spare you a
27
healing
out of
potion.
41, so
They're not gonna spare you a healing
I'm not
potion.
that in need of one. I was just seeing if I could get back up to full health before the battle.
Yeah. No, they've just had dragons attacking them. They're trying to
Okay.
ration their healing potions.
Great.
However,
Good to know.
I am, because you asked for a commoner to go with Spoonlord
And Kulduro.
and Kudoro, I'm going to bring you back. I've lost her. The person you saved right at the beginning.
Other brave family.
Yeah. I've lost her. You're just going to have a commoner.
And should be called Merida.
Should be called Merida because they're brave.
Right, this is the grave commoner.
Okay.
Why is she not appearing?
Wrong layer?
Yeah, no.
Layers.
Come here.
Yes.
The brave commoner is too scared to come out of the journal. There we go. There she is. There we go.
Does anyone have a? Could Mokan go? Does anyone have a bow I could borrow? And arrows. Because bows are simple weapons, aren't they?
yeah, would the keep just have some to hand, like extra arrows?
They're a simple ranged weapon. That's different to simple weapons, I believe.
They're a simple martial, I think. But you might be
Martial. No, it's martial or simple.
right. Is it?
Mhm.
Okay, that's cool. They're probably simple ranged.
But are they simple weapons? Because I'm proficient with simple weapons, not proficient with simple ranged weapons.
Short bow or long bow?
Either one, whatever I can use. Mokan is just going. I can shoot from here. I can't really
No,
smack things.
So there's simple melee and there's simple ranged. What's it say? You're proficient with simple.
Weapons.
In that case, you're proficient with a bow, I think.
Yes.
Cool. Mokan, go. Can I have bow and arrow?
Yeah, I can give. I've got a short bow, and do I have? I thought I saw another bow.
Are you
on
going
there.
to need that yourself?
I was going to
Oh,
say
no,
you're
no, I,
going to
I
need
swear
it.
I saw a second bow on there for a minute, but I didn't. That was all.
Yeah. I was asking the people around me. But...
Who are you? So, yes, let's.
He's
You're
asking the keep.
asking the
Yeah.
keep
And the
guy.
keep to give him a ranged weapon to aid in battle.
Yes, you can have a ranged weapon.
Cool.
I'm
Short
trying to
bow?
remember the name of the guy who actually is here. But I've lost him. It's been so long since you've been back at this keep. Yeah, Sergeant Escobert, who made friends with Florian after Florian stole his
Tried to cuddle him and then give him
stole
back
his coin pals,
purse.
dropped it on the floor and gave it back to him.
Yep.
It's gonna go. Yes, we have bows still, and he is gonna go away and come back with a light crossbow.
Oh, I like crossbow. Oh, okay.
Like crossbow.
They
And
have
bolts?
extra arrows, just like stacks of them.
Yes, there are enough bolts around. They are not running short of ammo yet.
Does that mean I can just sort of, as I'm firing off, just not bother bringing down Florian's number?
Yes, I'm going to say you don't have to.
Could
count
I have a
ammunition.
light crossbow as well then? Because I think that's going to do better than the darts.
Yes. I think they have. That's their last two. I'm going to say you can have light crossbows. Cool. And as he's handing them to you, the... What's his name? What's his name? Tell me his name.
I don't know.
Argent Escalade.
No, Governor Nighthill is going to come sprinting back from the wall towards the keep, going, "He's coming back! He's coming back!" and run into the keep. Escalade is going to sort of sigh and go, "Ben, to the walls, the dragon's coming."
We're going to go to the walls with them, or is Diane?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we already were on the walls. But yeah.
You were busy
going
getting
on.
stuff from the keep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you are on the walls as this dragon comes sweeping in. Roll initiative.
Yay! I'm just adding a light crossbow to my... Wow! I'm actually really good with the crossbow. I just can only make one attack rather than two.
Oh, I need to bring up the tunnel, don't I?
That would be useful.
Let me just
Because then I
clear
can
it.
roll again.
No, you can't.
Yeah, put it in there anyway.
Oh yeah.
I need to remove all the turns first, though.
Sorry, I've got exactly the same. Oh,
Right.
you just cleared it.
Well, yeah, I hadn't cleared it from the last battle.
Doesn't actually matter. You can just delete the ones that we don't need,
But
and
that's
our,
just
our
faff,
rolls
isn't it?
overwrite.
It's just faff.
Fine.
Mhm.
I'm happy to roll again.
Are we rolling again?
You
Oh, did you
need
roll?
to
So Frost is
got-
rolling again. I'm rolling again.
You roll
I
again,
got
but put your
13.
old initiative in. Or just roll
Oh.
again. I don't really care. It doesn't really change much. Just roll again. It's fine.
Yay! We
Lenafon
wore our GM down.
got 6, so it doesn't really change a lot.
Well, I rolled a 2
Except,
in originally.
except for yours, but
I got a
you
nat
kept
1.
the 2s, so I'm all good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, Cal ought to roll as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Spiritual weapon.
He's going to go after Lenafon.
With all the kobolds there, if they have ranged attacks and they're before any of us in the turn order, should we agree to, because of the time, just stop the stream and we can have that done off stream in the week, just all their attacks?
Yeah.
So, the
And we're in the
kobolds,
keep,
the
so we're
army is
protected.
currently not actually attacking. The
Okay.
dragon is attacking.
Just the dragon.
They are on the very edge of range, so you could shoot them, but they're not actively trying to attack you, which is why they're not in the turn order.
Okay.
Is the dragon in range?
The dragon is
I've got
currently
6.
sweeping into range, yes.
But it's not in range yet.
Let me just look at his movement. Oh, just a sec. However, I was going to suggest that we potentially
We did it.
leave it
stopped
at
there
this
anyway.
point and stop there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because the dragon fight is probably going to take a little while.
Dragon
Yeah.
fight is going to take a long while.
Yeah.
So, for the second time on this stream, we're going to end with a blue dragon sweeping in towards the keep.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Is that why you did it now?
But this time the blue dragon has an absolutely massive freaking army along there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stakes have gone up.
Yep.
Quite considerably.
Mhm.
And that was just to try and defend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yes.
Awesome.
I think we will finish
Be
there.
back in
so
2 weeks' time if you want to find out whether we can beat this dragon and its army. Our next stream is next Monday with the Story Squires because we are going to be bringing Blue Rose back permanently, but not
Yay.
until the next slot it would be in because we don't have Brian this week and we might not have the LBs either. And we just figured if we're going to be starting a new permanent thing, we don't want to be starting it with everyone missing. So we will be back in yeah. That will be
2 weeks' time.
on the 18th, the first Blue Rose stream of the official. We are definitely doing Blue Rose.
Look forward.
Yes, and Andrew will be DMing that. But yes, we are back on Monday the 9th with Story Squires.
Yeah.
Thank you
Awesome.
everybody for watching. I hope you have enjoyed us kicking more kobold butt and terrorizing people and generally being really rather bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will be back soon.
Cool.
Is there something else
If
to
you're
say?
not still on Discord, here's a Discord. I
Yes.
like people being on our Discord. I
There
like
is
chatting to people.
And please subscribe, follow,
Click all the like buttons. All of
click
that.
all the like buttons, all of that kind of, yes. Let us know you like us. And tell other people about us because we would like it if we had more people watching us.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a given though, isn't it?
You still got to say it.
Still gonna say it.
Yeah.
Tell your friends about
Tell
us.
everybody.
Tell
Yeah.
everybody that you like watching us and that we're entertaining. At least I hope we're entertaining.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
We will see you all in a bit.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good week, everyone.